Testing, testing, testing. Is this thing on? Let's see. Yeah, I was muted for a few seconds, but I should be good to go now. The man itself. I'm dead. Already some of these comments. Actually, let me just pop out this chat real quick. Yeah, I'm sorry it took me a little bit of a while to get the stream up and running, you guys. I was trying to mess with YouTube's new live streaming setup. I'm so accustomed, like I'm a creature of habit. I'm accustomed to the old way of doing things. And they always said, hey, you know, we're going to take some time before we fully phase it out. And then they phased it out and I had to learn the new system. So it was just getting that synced up with my encoder and also making sure that my encoder settings weren't set for recording. And that's why I was kind of like cutting out in the beginning. But yeah, we are good to go now, y'all. I'm sure you can notice some differences. As you can see, well, two things. First things first, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that this is the first live stream I've done with the brand new Logitech Brio webcam. As many of y'all know, I've been using the Logitech C920 for, we're going on close to 10 years now, if y'all can believe it or not. And I thought to myself, yo, you know, it's time for an upgrade, especially as we decide to go balls to the walls with the YouTube stuff. So I wanted to get one back in May, but they've been sold out for the longest time, you guys. And then I finally found it on Best Buy. It came back in stock, and I just went boom, there we go. So we went ahead, we ordered that. I've been using it, testing around some of the settings, and I really do like the quality. Like right now, we're only streaming in 1080p 30 because I forgot to change the settings for 60 frames per second. But 60 frames per second at 1080p is an option for this webcam in addition to 4K 30. The uploads are at 4K 30. And for the next stream, I'll be doing 1080p 60. I just forgot to change it. My bad, y'all. But I think it looks a lot better, especially with the lighting. I have a new lighting fixture coming in to illuminate more of the back. As you can see, I just have the regular lamp right there. But hello to everybody in the stream. My God, it has been such a long time, you guys. I think the last time I streamed was at the end of September, which definitely goes against my usual, you know, every week whole shtick. You know, we definitely had that going for a few months, and then it just stopped, unfortunately. But for good reason, you guys. Trust me. I know, like I said, I try to be a man of my word and make sure I get shit done, but basically adjusting, as you guys know, I went back to work in August. So adjusting to both jobs with doing YouTube and all the other stuff was a little bit taxing at first, but once I got into the rhythm of things, everything was going smoothly, which is why y'all have been seeing more YouTube videos with like actual editing, because I've been focusing more on that as opposed to just doing the uploads. But more so than that, you guys, there's something in the works right now, which I cannot say anything about, but I am so fucking excited, and it's oh my God, I still can't believe that this is actually happening. I can't say anything, but y'all are gonna be so freaking pumped. Like I'm still cheesing over it. It's gonna be going on towards the end of the month. That's all I can really say for y'all. But it's let's just say the grind is paying off. That's all I'll say. But more on that at another point. Hello to everybody. Hello. Welcome to the stream. I'm seeing a lot of regular faces. If this is your first time attending Ask Neo, comment down below. I hope y'all are just doing fantastic. It's been so many weeks since we've all gotten together. Make sure to let me know in advance how's the quality sound. As you can see here, I got a new pop. Well, it's not a pop filter. It's more like a windscreen for this microphone. I do have a pop filter, but it covers up too much of my face when I'm recording. So I was like, might as well just get a windscreen for this one. And it's doing the job really good. I'm not sure if it's really getting all of the pops and the, you know what I'm saying? But I think it's going to be a much more, it's going to be a superior experience as opposed to what we did before. But okay, webcam looks great. Sound is top tier. Awesome. Appreciate that. Thank you so much, guys. Do I need to bring up the audio for the stream? Because I have gotten that complaint before in the past from people that the audio is just a little too slow. It doesn't sound like full. So let me know what's going to happen. How's the audio? Like, can you guys put it at like a comfortable level without like maxing out your phone or your computer and all that stuff? I just want to make sure that when y'all do get a notification, like let's just say a text message, it doesn't just kill your eardrums. Just trying my best, But hello to everybody. Hello. First things first, shout out to all the mods we got in here. We got Colin, my boy. We got Fostings. I don't see Danix here. He hasn't shown up yet. But then again, he is in the UK, so he might have gotten to bed early. We might as well just get the laundry list of things out of the way, y'all. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting installment of Ask Neo. Ask Neo is the Q&A series where y'all ask me questions and I do my very best, at least I try to answer them to the best of my ability. Obviously, when you have so many people watching and sending such amazing comments, it's easier said than done, but you know, I try my best, which is why even though it takes me 30 years to answer some of these questions, I go ahead and I get it done. We have a couple of things to get out of the way before we get into the actual meat and potatoes. So first things first, if y'all want to check the video description, you'll see a couple of links of interest. First things first is the link to our Discord community, the Phantom Weirdos, which is run by the homie Gabe. It's just a place for everybody to congregate, you know, share your thoughts and opinions on gaming, share your thoughts and opinions on anime, manga. If you just need a friend to play a co-op game together, share some memes, whatever you want to. That's the Discord community for you. It is completely and 100% free. I don't know why I have to stress that, but I've been seeing a lot of people out there pay for Discord access, which I think is just moronic. But that is a thing, but y'all don't got to worry about that for me. I do not gatekeep content like that. In addition to that, we also have links down below to like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, my Patreon page as well, in addition to the YouTube membership if y'all do want to support the channel. I'm not like one of those YouTubers who's just like, oh my God, if you don't support this, if I don't reach this goal, I'm never going to do it. It's just a way for y'all to support, because I know a lot of y'all have been watching for years and you're like, hey, let me help you out, bro. And I said, okay, cool. But the difference is all that money gets reinvested back into the channel. As you can see, we bought some new lights, new webcam, pop filter for this guy, and then we have a lot more stuff in the works as well. So thank you so much for that. And considering it is a new month, I do have to go out and shout out all the lovely people who are subscribed to the YouTube membership. So let me just go ahead and open that up. And I promise y'all, we are almost done with this situation. Why is this microphone kind of moved somewhere else? Very strange. Let me just go and pull up that list right here of the YouTube members. All right, here we go. So we've got a nice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All righty, so we've got the 8 members here who I want to shout out. Of course, we got Dimwit Monkey, Marcus Doyle Terrell, who's probably going to come around later in the stream to mess with me, because that's what he always does. But he's a longtime homie supporter of the channel. Fostings, as you know, he does such an amazing job doing mod work. And yeah, Fostings, after the stream, check your DM, bro. I have to send you what I said I was going to send you. And then we've got Colin, my boy. As you know, Colin, another big supporter of the streams. Colin is actually going to be joining us later on in the month for another episode, because he subscribes to a tier where you can get onto the show, you can ask questions, and we can talk, spend some time, have fun, all that stuff. In addition to that, we have Daniel Pack, as you can see right there, sporting the penguins from Madagascar. Dongo-san33, that is my homeboy Austin. He has done such an amazing job just designing all the logos and the graphics for the channel. And I have to speak to you about something else that we talked about that we never got a chance to finish because you were sick, and now we have time. And then, of course, we've got other members as well. Etman, Burnt Easy, aka Atlanta, who has survived the past couple of months in school. So that is very awesome. Very awesome to see that you've pulled through, Atlanta. You cannot, bro, if something were to ever happen to you on the freaking, I don't know, why is my Patreon page looking so weird? the year that the Series X launches, I don't even know how we can function, bro. Be like, nah, man, Atlanta, you got to pull through, bro. Why is Patreon? Google had me in a different language for some weird reason. Let me just pull up the Patreon. I usually have this list saved, but all of my stuff is just all over the place. I guess this is what happens when you don't stream for a while. You kind of like lose your edge. Let me just why is I have no idea why Patreon is in like German. This is so weird. Why is Patreon in German? I'm trying to see if any other websites are in German. No, it's just Patreon for some reason. This is so weird. 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Just technical difficulties here. I am literally gonna... Yeah, Patreon's in freaking... It was German on my website. I don't know why. I'm so sorry about that, you guys. 1 second. I wish I had like some elevator music to play right now, because that would be so fitting. Let me just do this real quick. But in the time being, while I go figure this stuff out, how has everybody been? It's the start of another week. What have y'all been up to? What y'all been doing, man? Let's see. All right, let's... Okay, here we go. Let's shout out the patrons. Shout out the patrons. Net Crusher Gaming, Darius Chappelle, Snunja, 2003 Honda Civic, everybody's favorite name, Sean Atley, Gaius, Joel DeCarmen, Amazing JD, and Trevor Reed. So thank you so much for people who supported on Patreon, the YouTube memberships, and also, since we have some people here donating, we have Super Chats. Again, Super Chat, another way to support the channel if you want your message highlighted. So we have a $2 Super Chat from Dongosan33. Daily contributions to the world of Neo. Thank you so much for that, brother. $2 from Mexican Zoidberg. This is my favorite Christian YouTube channel. Oh my freaking God. That first things first, as y'all know, this is a Christian YouTube channel. Like, we are all aspiring children of God. So, you know, we are going to act accordingly. And he's 100% right on that one. We don't talk about nothing crazy on these streams. It's just straight scripture. And then we have a $10 Super Chat from Brian. Hey, how's your day been, Chris? Finished watching FMA Brotherhood for the first time and really enjoyed it. Do you think it deserves to be the highest rated anime on the My Anime List website? Well, thank you so much for your support, Brian. And oh my God. Dude, the funny thing about FMA Brotherhood is that I rewatch that anime like every 2 years, and I'm getting close to my 2-year mark. So it's just another rewatch, man. Another rewatch. Cannot wait for it. But yes, I love Full Metal Alchemist so freaking much, man. I just love that entire story. And the ending of Brotherhood, it was so weird because I watched it the first time and I was like, all right, that was cool. But then when I rewatched the show and everything was put into full perspective, bro, I was just sitting there a mess, man. That show just messed me all the way up. I love that story so much. And I can see why people rate it so highly, because FMA is just like one of those series that people universally love. There's no type of... You know how you have those series out there that has detractors, and then you have this weird like trend that's going on where people say, when are we going to wake up and accept the fact that insert show here isn't all that great? You know what I'm saying? Like, FMA never had that treatment. And it just celebrated its like 10-year anniversary of it ending, like the anime, and people are still loving it. I love it, man. But yes, it's such a good show. And if y'all haven't seen it, if you are getting into anime and you need a new series to watch, or if you're someone who doesn't even like anime, I think you'll really enjoy Fullmetal Alchemist. It's just so good, bro. It's so good. But yeah, let's get on to a couple of other questions. And like I said, y'all, do not feel too bad if I do not get your question in a timely fashion. I'll try my best to go ahead and do these things. But yes, let's just go ahead and see some of them. All right. So this one's from Zookmaster. What's your relationship been with Jamie Snowden over the years you've known him? Yeah, so Jamie Snowden, y'all might not know him by that name. I'm sure if I mention his other name, a lot of the OGs will understand who I'm referring to. Jamie Snowden, a.k.a. Future Gohan SSJ2. Me and this guy, we go way back. I'm talking like 2000. Hey, what's up, Gabe? How you doing, brother? We go back like 2008, 2009, around that time. He found me through, my anime videos, and we started talking. We had similar interests. We started Skyping. Y'all remember Skype? I'll just never forget how Microsoft really fumbled the bag during this pandemic, and how Skype wasn't like the premier platform for people to have all these meetings. It's just so ridiculous how that didn't happen. Like, wow. It was so easy. It's just like, here. It's like, nope. It's like that scene in Peanuts, Charlie Brown, where he was going to kick the football and then she just takes it away. Like, nope, that's what happened. But to finish up what he was talking about, yeah, me and Jamie, we go way back. Like, we were just brothers. We bonded on these things. We finally got a chance to meet back in, I want to say 2015, he actually came up here for New York Comic Con. We hung out, and then I got a chance to meet him again that following summer when I went to Six Flags. And yeah, he's just a really cool dude. He doesn't really do too many YouTube videos. He does it like once in a blue moon. But he's really trying to get into voice acting, if y'all could believe it or not, because, you know, he lives in the Dallas area now. And he's taken voice acting classes, and he's just trying to go down that path. So, you know, more power to him. But he's an insanely cool guy. He's big into a lot of nostalgia stuff, Cartoon Network. Like, you know, he's that type of person who would go onto eBay and buy videotapes of classic Cartoon Network shows that people recorded, and just to see like the commercials that were on there, which is honestly a whole vibe. I totally get that, because every now and then I get nostalgic for the little promos, like the Toonami promos, like, you know, for Dragon Ball Z and Yu Yu Hakusho, and even some of the Adult Swim bumpers like Inuyasha. It's just a whole, you literally had to be there to experience it to understand why we appreciate it now. But shout out to Jamie. But all right, let's get to a couple of questions. Skeeter Daniels, bro, do you remember Blackbuster Critic? Of course I remember Blackbuster Critic. Blackbuster Critic, he's still around, y'all. He doesn't really post videos anymore. But if you follow him on Facebook, Jamin Williams, he still posts some things like every couple of months, like just status posts. He's busy being a father, y'all. BBC had a kid a few years ago, and, you know, he's got his whole job that he's doing too. So, you know, he doesn't really have too much time, which I get. But me and BBC are still cool, man. We actually were supposed to meet up a few times in Texas, but for whatever reason, both him and Shokyo, because they are brothers, they are some of the most flakiest motherfuckers I have ever seen. And you can tell them that, because there are so many times where I say, yo, I'm coming down to Texas. You want to hang out? Yeah. And then you get up to the date, radio silence. I'm like, y'all keep doing this shit? But I got nothing but love for both of them. But BBC, he's doing good, man. He's doing good. Okay. Neo, who is the best detective in all of fiction? Sherlock Holmes or Batman? And that's from Randy21765. Honestly, I'll have to say Batman, considering it just comes down to who's writing him. And a lot of these writers write Batman to get himself out of all these precarious situations that realistically he shouldn't be able to get out of. But they pull the whole, well, he's Batman, world's greatest detective. But in all seriousness, I love Sherlock Holmes. I love the work of Arthur Conan Doyle. Like, that's part of the reason why I love Detective Conan so much. I love those type of things. I love mysteries and just seeing the way he wrote those stories. And it's kind of why I'm not a stickler on who's the definitive Sherlock Holmes. You know, I love every type of Sherlock Holmes they have, provided the stories are good. I say that, and at the same time, I'm not really a fan of Elementary, which was like the American take on Sherlock. But yeah, there's that. Okay. All right. So let's get to some other questions. Oh boy, here comes some console war stuff. Yeah, for those who are asking me console war stuff, it's not that fun, y'all. I mean, we all already know the answer to some of this stuff. Games are gonna matter at the end of the day. People can play specs and resolutions all they want, but it comes to games. It comes to games. That's it. This is from Dude I Got Food Too. Yo, man, what's it like after buying Tesla? Oh, that's actually an inside joke. For those who follow me on Twitter, which if you don't, you should. My Twitter account is twitter.com/NeoGamesPark. That's the account where I go and I post memes and all types of funny stuff. Or at least I try to be funny. Sometimes it works out, other times it doesn't. But yeah, on Twitter, I posted that I got a brand new TV, which for those who aren't aware, I know I said I was going to wait a little while before I made another TV purchase, which is so funny because I just bought a 4K TV back in like June, and now I bought another one. But this one is the Sony Bravia X900H. I actually have it over here. I'm actually waiting for a brand new table stand to come in, because this is a much bigger TV by comparison to my last one. I went from 55 inches to 65. This thing is fucking mint, bro. It is so fucking good. It's amazing. The picture quality, oh my God. So many freaking settings. And this TV, yo, I was tripping balls because they were like, when I was looking up the marketing, they were like, yeah, this TV's got like 3 gigs of RAM. I was like, yo, we got TVs that have RAM now. This thing has about as much RAM as the Nintendo Switch. That's wild. But I wanted a new TV to fully take advantage of these consoles. And later on down the road, this TV will support 120 frames per second. So VRR, variable refresh rate. But that's not coming until a little later with a software patch. But the reason why people are making a joke about it was because, like, a day before, Well, I mean, I already posted it on YouTube, so everybody knows. But I'm getting Xbox Series X, y'all. I pre-ordered the Xbox Series X on Costco because they had it available one random Monday morning. For some reason, I said, fuck it, I'll get it. Whatever. I'm actually going to make a whole video why I went ahead and pre-ordered it, because, I mean, there's the obvious answer, and then there's the real reason why. But, yeah, I got the Xbox Series X, so I will be there on launch day with all of y'all for both the Xbox and the PlayStation, so it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. This is what happens, man. When you cut that fanboy shit out, you just get both consoles, you enjoy the best of everything. Let's see. But, yeah, the reason why that came about was because somebody said, oh, watch, next thing this nigga go pull out tomorrow is going to be a 3090. I was like, nah, fam, I'll do you one better. I bought Tesla. I bought the entire company. But that is basically a meme from Twitter. Let's see. Atlanta says, are you going to stream the first time you get the Series X? If so, we should play because you best believe I pre-ordered it. Yeah, I'm going to be doing more game streams, guys. I started doing them a lot towards the end of summer, and then I got sidetracked with other things. But the game streams are going to be coming back. We're going to be doing a lot more content as far as like these consoles are concerned. All right, this one's coming from Colin, my boy. Do you have any favorite energy drinks? I'm not the biggest fan of energy drinks. I did have a Monster Kick a few years ago. Like, I would have them right before I worked out. But they never really did too much for me, as opposed to like all the other people who were just like chugging them like crazy. It was like genuinely a time where I tried to fit in with people just because everybody talked about it, and it just really didn't do much for me. Energy drinks don't really do too much for me. 5 Hour Energy, Monster, Bang, all that stuff, not really. Pre-workouts is where I congregate. I love taking pre-workout. I seriously do. Before every workout, it's like a ritual for me, and I love it. Let's see. Okay. This one's from the Mixed Gaming. Do you miss the old dashboard for the Xbox? And do you miss the Snap app feature? I absolutely loved it, and I still don't get why they removed it. Well, to be fair, I don't know anything about like the old dashboard for Xbox, because I started gaming with the Xbox One X earlier this year. So that whatever update they just had before, I loved it. And of course, they're getting a new one with the Xbox Series X. Not too crazy, but there are some changes. The Snap feature is definitely something I would have liked to use at some point. I mean, even though I don't really watch TV like that, if you could snap it where you have something in the corner and then you have your game there, like, dope. But then they took it away. I don't know if it was like a resource thing or what, but I wish. Let's see, $1.99 super chat from Nathan Drake. You're being sponsored by Xbox, can already tell. You see, this is why y'all need to leave that fanboy shit alone. Like, oh, totally sponsored by Xbox, even though I pre-ordered the PS5 with my own money, like all $500 of it. $556 with tax, by the way, but whatever, I guess. All right, SnankyNerds. Hey, Neo, quick question. I just started college, and I'm so busy that I can't find time for games anymore. I was wondering if this continues after college, and if I should still order gaming systems. Well, to answer your question, as far as time management is concerned as you go into college and then adulthood, honestly, it's really about finding what works best from you. I had a lot of people who said that they got a lot of gaming done in college, and then after college they didn't really game much, and then vice versa. People I know, they skipped a whole generation of consoles, and then they got back into it as they got into their career and they had more free time. In my particular situation, I don't really get too much gaming done when I'm in college because, of course, if you're in school and let's just say you have like a part-time job or work study or whatever, there's only 24 hours in the day. And if you have other interests like girlfriend, working out, things like that, something is going to be lessened by comparison. It's all on you to figure out what matters. So you can either be caught up with a Netflix show for your entertainment of the day, or you can play an hour of Call of Duty Warzone. So it's all about fitting that stuff into your current life situation, which is only temporary. I always stress that to people. You're not giving up playing video games just because you're focusing on something. You're not. But I would say if you aren't even gaming like 5 hours a week, I really wouldn't go out there and buy these new consoles immediately. If you know the only time you can play them is when you have an extended break, whether it be in between semesters or you just have a full-on like you finished everything you needed to now, and then you're good to go for the rest of your life. Like you're done with college. So I wouldn't again, it's just a situation where you have to pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, as you get past college, at least in my situation, and you work your jobs, you do all that stuff, you kind of get into a routine. And once your life is structured in a certain way, you end up finding time to do certain things. So like, let's just say in my particular situation, as a person who's working right now full time, you know, still trying to do the YouTube stuff as well as gym and all those other things, it becomes a case of what piece of entertainment am I going to be putting to the side today? So in my case, you know, I love binging a lot of shows on Netflix. I do. It's great. You know, I love anime. But sometimes I would just be sitting there on my bed watching this stuff, and then 2 hours go by. And mind you, I haven't really watched anything new. It's just me rewatching comfort food shows like The Office, The In-Betweeners, The IT Crowd. That 2 hours I could have used playing something like Persona 5 Royal or you know, doing another playthrough of insert game here. So, you know, in my case, it's just stop watching Netflix shows. Stop letting that freaking next episode thing. Stop letting that fill up and go play the next episode. Don't do it. Oh, Chamberlain says you stay killing at the gym, bro. I try, brother. You know, gaming is important to me. You know, all this other stuff is important to me, but at the end of the day, I want to make sure like my health is 100% tip top shape, which is why, you know, I cleaned up my diet over the past couple of years, you know, going to the gym, working out. The longevity has been great. And honestly, that stuff transfers to all this stuff that I do when it comes to gaming. So a lot of people who their jobs are very sedentary, where they sit at a chair all day, or, you know, they're just typing, or they're using a controller for 12 hours, like a pro streamer or whatever. They would always complain about carpal tunnel syndrome. They'd always complain about lower back pain, things like that. I guarantee you a lot of those people's problems would be alleviated if they go to the gym, they do a lot of corrective stretching, they strengthen the muscles, and then when they come back to doing those things, they can go for hours on end without even feeling something. Like, trust me, man, I'm telling you, if y'all go to the gym and you focus on that stuff, and oof, it's literally like night and day difference. Alrighty. Let's see. Have you played Genshin Impact? And that's coming from DFresh177. Nah, I haven't done that yet. I mean, I've seen it. It looks so freaking dope. But, you know, it's just a case of let me not start another game, because I'm still going through so many other titles. Like, the only game that I'm going to be focusing on, like that I have my mind focused on over the next like 2 months, is going to be Cyberpunk. Like, that's the next big game for me. Demon Souls I will be playing on my PlayStation 5. I'm excited for it, but I've already played that before, way back when. Cyberpunk is a brand new experience for me, so that's where I'm just like, all right, let's do it. Play Eminem in the background, let's go. That's literally what it is, man. But from what I've heard from people, it seems like a fun enough game. I love the art style approach, and yeah, it's free, so go ahead. Alrighty, let's see. Oh God, what are y'all talking about? Y'all are talking about Nathan in the chat. Oh, come on, y'all. Hey, we got a lot of people. Jim Gang. All right, Jim Gang Randy. I see you, brother. Randy. Oh, we got two Randys who be saying get Jim Gang. Hey, nice. That's what's up. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I'm so excited for Cyberpunk, you guys. Like I told you guys, I'm doing something so different with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, I have not seen any footage that wasn't put in your face during an E3 conference. I haven't touched any of it. None of it. Unless someone puts it in a GIF, I'm not even trying to look at it. I just want to go into that game fresh as can be, man. Okay, this question is coming from Chris. Hey, Neo, I ended up pre-ordering a PS5, and I was wondering what PS4 games you recommend I should play through backwards compatibility, as I didn't have the console during this generation. Well, you are definitely in for a treat, Chris, because there's just so many good freaking games on the PlayStation 4. Like, the PlayStation 4 killed it this generation. So, obviously, as you know, I have my little shrine in the background to Persona 5. I would definitely recommend checking out this game. In addition to that, any of the first-party Sony exclusives, so the Uncharted franchise, get the Nathan Drake collection, get Uncharted 4, get Lost Legacies. Those games are so good from start to finish, beginning to end. Such a roller coaster experience, man. In addition to that, Horizon Zero Dawn, dope-ass freaking game. You're going to be in really good company with the PS4, with the PS5's backwards compatibility, because you literally have thousands of games to play. It remains to be seen, though, if any of those games will really get a lot of good updates. Because the one thing I love about Xbox is that the system itself just upgrades the fuck out of games for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just put that game there, and then boom, it's running at 60 frames, or it's running at native 4K. It's not every game across the board, but basically all your games run better on the Xbox Series X by default, period. Now, the PlayStation 5 does have boost mode, which is something that happened on the PS4 Pro, but they haven't been too descriptive with it. Like they said, Ghost of Tsushima is running at 60 frames per second on the PS5. Amazing, awesome, love to see it. What resolution? Is it 1080p? Is it 1440p? Is it dynamic? Is it native 4K? Like, what's going on? So, I mean, at the very least, you'll be playing the games the best way they can be for PS4 versions on PS5. But yeah, I just want to learn more about the PS5's boost mode, because if Xbox can do all that shit for no reason, just cause, you know, I just need to see more. All right. Hey, we have a $4.99 super chat from the homie Asbel Lant 100. Yo, here, money's just cuz. Thank you for that, Asbel. Asbel is also another longtime viewer of the channel, big supporter. Hope you're doing well, brother. It's been a couple weeks. And then we have $4.99 from Jamal Harris. What's up, bro? I'm glad to see you back. Hope you're doing okay. And I was able to secure both PS5 and Series X pre-orders. Demon Souls and Valhalla day one for me. What about you? That is awesome, Jamal. Well, thank you for the support, brother. And yes, same thing. I pre-ordered both, but I haven't pre-ordered any games yet for my Xbox Series X, you guys, and that's just due to the fact that Game Pass is amazing and it just stops me from buying a lot of games. But if I'm being honest, I've said this before, you guys, in my personal opinion, I can't speak for everybody, Xbox Series X doesn't really have anything that I want to go and buy on the system yet. Now, it's got the third-party games, and if everything is to be believed, the third-party games are going to run best on Xbox Series X, but none of those third-party games I'm really interested in, the only one being Cyberpunk. And that one, I'm just getting on my PC, because you guys know how CD Projekt Red games are on PC. Like, it's just night and day. So, yeah, I'm just getting the Xbox Series X to play all of my older games running at better settings, in addition to just down the road future-proofing myself, because you guys know, like, once you get over this launch slump for both consoles, shit's gonna be smooth sailing, bro. But what about you guys? What are y'all pre-ordering for the consoles? Alrighty, and we have a $20 Canadian super chat from Colin, my boy. Thank you so much for the support. Have you ever thought about writing an article about gaming nerd culture to make the general public better understand it as a whole? I'm currently writing an op-ed about policing in America from an outsider's perspective. That's a really good... You always ask good questions, Colin. All of y'all do. But, so here's the thing. A lot of people have always asked me in the past, like, how do you continue to do what you do? And guys, thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat support. Seriously, I will try my best to get to every single one of them. Thank you so much, guys. I'm like, we're gonna get through all this stuff. And let's see how many people we got watching. Oh, shout out to the 168 people watching. Shout out to y'all. But to answer Colin's question, you know, a lot of people have asked me, especially those who are younger, who want to get into YouTube, who like gaming and all this stuff, but they have like social anxiety of other people. They wonder, like, oh, what are they going to think of me about this stuff? Is there any way I could explain it to them that, you know, makes it seem cool? All of that stuff about trying to make something more acceptable to the mass audiences, to the general public, at that point, you're really sacrificing your identity. Like, if someone came to me and said, all right, we want to make Persona 5 more accessible to the mainstream, and we're going to strip everything that's great about this game, and we're just going to make it generic as fuck. Like, I would hate that. Like, the stuff, the reason why like, this franchise in particular, the reason why it survived so long is because it knows its niche, it knows who it's targeting, and when they do try to make it more accessible to the mainstream, they do things in gameplay design, not things that alienate whole people, like the whole aesthetic of the game and things like that. That's still there. So I wouldn't do anything to try to get people to understand, oh, why gaming is cool or why anime and manga is great. No, like, if people are going to be so shallow that they don't want to look into something, like, do I really want to have those people in my circle? You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, like, here's the thing, guys. Like, I'm 27. A lot of people think I'm like 23, but I'm 27. And I've been gaming and doing all this nerd shit since I came out of the womb. I have never changed that for anybody. Like, never. Like, I've had relationships in the past where, like, the women I was with, they didn't really understand it, but they accepted it. And that's the big deal breaker. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to understand something, but you just got to accept that, yo, I like this, you like that, it's all good. And that's what it is. Like, I'm still going to be doing this shit, guys, until I'm in a nursing home. Like, I'm still going to be playing games. Hopefully we still have games and it's not all on streaming services. Like, Jesus Christ. I'm going to still be doing this shit. Like, I don't even care, man. We going to be up here until we're 85 just talking about like, oh, man, you remember when we used to play Uncharted 2 online? Uncharted 2 online was the best. That's still, like, one of the best Naughty Dogs ever done. But yeah, like I don't see why we should like sacrifice our integrity and our morals for other people's validation, which is bullshit. But your perspective, writing an op-ed about what it's like to be a Canadian looking into America and all the trials and tribulations we're going through, that's definitely interesting, and I would love to read that. So if you ever finish that, definitely send me a copy of it, bro. But let's see. We have a $2 Australian super chat from Valkian24, aka Mookman24, aka Darkness High 24. That's my boy right there. Any tips when doing gaming streams? Well, when doing gaming streams, honestly, my biggest tip is just, if you're not a pro gamer, don't try to act like one. If you know you suck at a game, embrace it. Just be humble. You know what I'm saying? That's all I really recommend. Like, if you're talking about tips as far as keeping your audience engaged, things like that, I would say, like, read the comments, but remember you're also streaming. So you kind of have to pick and choose what you want to focus on. If you're playing a game that requires your utmost attention, then obviously you can't be reading the chat like that. And also, certain games, if I'm being real, some games aren't really great for streams. Like, Animal Crossing is fun to watch if you're vibing with your favorite content creator. That's cool. Have it on in the background. You don't really gotta focus on it. Awesome. But if you're doing something like I could never stream The Last of Us Part 2 story. I could never do that, because that game, I was playing through that. I was experiencing it myself, and I was just going through so much of an internal conflict and struggle with my personal feelings about the game. And then I finished it, and I was just like, whoa, this is awesome. Now, I guarantee you I wouldn't feel the same way if I had to entertain like 300 people with some stuff. Because literally, when I'm gaming, I'm just literally just like... But when you're streaming, sometimes you got to be bombastic or over the top, or else people are going to say, oh, you ain't fun, whatever. I would just stream party games. I love stuff like Among Us, the Jackbox Party Pack, things like that. That's amazing. $2 super chat from NB Dub. Doom Eternal is FPS of the generation. Yes, it is such a good game. And if y'all haven't already, check it out on Xbox Game Pass, because it's available. We have a $9.99 super chat from Randy Augustus. Thank you, sir. No, thank you, man. Thank you for the support. And Jim Gang. Let's see. $4.99 super chat from Chamberlain. I almost spoiled myself with some Cyberpunk stuff. Luckily, I stopped. Good, bro. I'm going into that game fresh as hell, so I don't know nothing about it. And all right, we are all caught up with the super chats. Again, thank you guys so much for the support. Let's see. Have you played any of the Forza Horizons? What are your thoughts on the genre? What are you looking forward to in the next installment? And that's from Oblivion 81. There we go. I haven't really dabbled too much in Forza Horizon. Like, I started playing Forza Horizon 4 a few months ago, and it's really cool. Those are the kind of racing games I do like. I'm not really a simulation sort of racer. I understand they have their place, but for me, it's got to be more arcadey. It's got to be the Mario Karts. It's got to be things to that degree. But I was just impressed with how much they got going into Forza Horizon. Like, that game is a lot of content. And it's such a beautiful game, too. So I don't really have any type of expectations for the fifth game. If they just maintain the standard status quo and they continue, then it's going to be another great game. You know, they're some of the highest rated games of the generation for a reason. And we have a $2 super chat from Matthew Dominguez. Thank you for the support, brother. Lakers. Yo, that's right, y'all. Y'all catch that game last night? I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was at work. So I caught the highlights, and then I saw more of it when I got home. But this man LeBron, bro. This guy got his 4th ring. Beautiful. I mean, I'm not too surprised because I kind of saw it going this way. But it's just King James, bro. And I'm not even like a LeBron fan like that. I recognize that greatness, bro. All right, let's get back. Neo, what did you think of Dirt 5? And this is coming from Issa Name. Yeah, so I just actually, before I did the stream, I watched the Digital Foundry video on Dirt 5. And okay, I love the fact that they have all these different modes. Like you have 4K mode, which is all the visuals. You have the frame rate mode, which is 60 frames per second. Then you have the variable refresh rate mode, which is 120 frames per second. I love seeing that stuff on consoles. It's an amazing step forward, but the gameplay itself looked very spooky. I'm talking about extremely spooky. Like, I liked seeing some of the effects, but when you put that game side by side to something like Forza Horizon, yikes. Yeah. But if they can improve on it with some patches down the road, maybe. But yeah, that's that. That's that. I'm sure as we get further into the generation, we'll see more of that. Because visually, it just, nah, fam. I'm gonna be interested to see once we start getting more of these 120 frame per second games to see like what can be done and what can't be done, because 120 frames per second is not an easy task to accomplish. It really isn't. So for them to go ahead and do that, like, I want to see them push it, like push the resolutions. Like, I don't want 1080p just to be the baseline for 120. I want it to be higher than that, because, you know, 1080p is kind of getting old at this point. All right, Neo, shut up. I can see the fly. Oh, there's a fly flying around. Oh God, it's like the debate all over again. My God. All right. Let's see. Yeah, LeBron, I mean, we could have a whole conversation about LeBron at some point, but yeah, he's like, I just give credit where credit is due when it comes to LeBron. That's it. Oh, a $3.99 super chat from C. Pierre. Hey, Neo, do you have any bad food stories? If we're talking like bad stories, or we're talking like food poisoning, sickness, things like that, well, I've never had any type of food poison. Well, actually, no, that's a little bit of a lie. I got food poisoning one time, and it was from seafood. This happened, I want to say, 4.5 years ago. I went out to a restaurant with my family. We had seafood. And then the next day, oof, when I say sick, y'all ever get that type of sickness where you just want to curl up into the fetal position and you just sit there and you're just running a fever? Bro, that was me. I remember that day I was supposed to give my sister a ride to school because she was finishing up college at the time. And I just remember just dreading having to get out of bed to drive her, because it's not like I had to drive her 5 minutes. I had to drive like 20 minutes there, 20 minutes back. And I just didn't want to move, man. I felt so bad, so sick. Like, I was legit sick all weekend, man. Felt nauseous. The worst feeling for me is like when you feel nauseous, but you can't vomit. Like, that's the worst feeling. Because when you feel nauseous, if you throw up, you're usually good. But I just couldn't, man. I just felt so bad. And like nothing could really satisfy me at all. And just heavy breathing and pantsing. Ugh. So I would say that was like my worst experience that I had. Oh, Blue says, I literally just got done throwing up. Yeah, it ain't fun, man. The last time I got sick, last time I got sick was when I was hungover earlier this year. I went out with the boys. Y'all might have seen the story on YouTube, actually. I posted it. I went out with the boys. We were at a bar where they had Mario Kart and Dragon Ball Fighters. Mario Kart and Dragon Ball Fighters at a bar, guys. The bartender, his name is Josh, is so fucking dope. And he brings his Switch and his gaming laptop there, and he just leaves it for people to play. Dude, we was getting turned up on a Wednesday evening. My God. And I remember I got so lit. I felt great until I had to wake up that next morning and pick my mom up from work. And I was just like, oh my God, what the fuck did I do? Like, bro, I felt so sick. And y'all know when you're so sick, I know this is going to give people terrible, terrible flashbacks, but y'all know when you're so sick and you legit just like start praying to God or whoever your respective deity is. And you're just like, please, Jesus, if you just let me make it through this, I will never sip alcohol again. Y'all ever do that to yourselves? Like, that was me all while I was driving. And the worst part is I was just in traffic too. So that made shit worse. Y'all see the fly? Where is this fly? I can't see it. Fuck. It's literally going to come on screen at some point. Maybe it's not a fly. It's probably dust. Because I have this plush figure up here that I have not dusted in a while. So it's probably that. But, yo, I was just, like, sitting in traffic like, oh God, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it, man. And I remember I got off to the exit. I pulled over. I opened that door of mine. Bleh. I got all that shit out. And then it was like a sigh of relief. Like, oh, this is so good. But I feel kind of terrible because I kind of puked like almost in front of a synagogue. So I felt that's kind of like unholy. It wasn't in front of it, but it was like kind of near it. But man, it was something. That was the last time I had to puke. Alrighty. Let's see. So we have a $10 super chat from Daniel Pack. Who is your NBA GOAT? Just curious, not trying to fight with anybody. Well, my all-time GOAT is definitely Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is my favorite player that I actually watched. Michael Jordan, I saw a few of his games when I was younger. But Kobe was the one that I was able to like religiously follow because I was more conscious. So I would say Kobe is like my all-time favorite. Right now, it's Giannis for the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm following him very closely, and he's dope as hell. He's gonna go far. But yeah, that's me right now. What about y'all? I know a lot of people are saying King James and all that stuff. Wait, what's going on? I didn't turn on anything. Oh, there's something going on. Oh, see, I only have it on top chat. So I didn't do live chat, so I have to see this. What was going on? Someone said there was some weird shit happening. I have no idea. Have you seen The Boys season 2? This is from PPHead431. No, I haven't. I'm actually waiting to binge it. I was supposed to watch it 2 nights ago, but I got home from work. I got ridiculously stoned, and I just couldn't focus. So I have to watch it this week now that all the episodes are out. But I'm so excited for it. Have y'all seen it? What'd y'all think of it? I heard it's really good. Let's see. Oh, it was a racist comment. I love Postings. Postings is so badass. Postings is like, it was a racist comment. I took care of it. Oh god. That's why we have dope ass mods. Oh, Steph Curry. Okay. Did you kill it with a fly gun? Yo, Cory, they might have. What's up, Cory? Oh, yo, did you see Shokyo freak out about Steve? Yes, I did, and that thing was wild, bro. But Shokyo always gets so overdramatic when it comes to these Smash characters. Like, I remember the Miiverse video he did a few years ago where he was like, none of these characters are going to be in the game. And it's so funny because 99% of the characters in that video ended up in Smash Bros. It's so fucking funny, man. It's just like, oh, God. Neo, you're awesome. Oh, thank you very much, Trip. Hey, Neo, do you know what calisthenics are? Yes, I do. I actually practice calisthenics, not to a crazy degree as a lot of people do, where it's their only form of exercise, but I incorporate it. That's definitely dust. I saw it now. But I incorporate it as like a nice high-intensity form of training. I really do like that because calisthenics are badass because you're doing all that stuff with your body, and just the sheer... The strength that you build up to do some of those movements, that stuff can transfer very well to lifting. Like, the amount of core work that I've gotten from doing calisthenics works, not like visually, but just in terms of building a stronger core, that translates directly into squats and deadlifts and breathing and bracing and all that stuff. And there's just something badass about doing like high volume push-ups into like high volume pull-ups or burpees or whatever you want to do. Let's see. Hey, Neo, were you good friends with Etika? Well, I was never really good friends with Etika. As y'all know, I was aware of his existence. I always was there to support him, retweet some funny stuff, things like that. And I was also there to be a little critical of some of the things, like before we knew something was definitely a problem. There were a couple of scares we saw that I was just like, okay, this is kind of off. I really hope he's not playing this up for views or whatever. And of course he wasn't. But Etika was a dope human being. He was just going through a lot of stuff that's not too dissimilar from what a lot of us go through. So talking about Etika always just gets me in a mood because I can relate a lot of his stuff to things that I've gone through and people I know have gone through. So it's heavy. The fly was in your room. I see. Hey, what's going on, Rescue Squad? Welcome to the stream, and welcome to all the new people who just joined. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Have you caught up with One Piece yet? No, I have not caught up with One Piece. I haven't read One Piece in a few months. I got really far, and I just never continued because I got distracted with other things. Conan versus Light Yagami. Light knows Conan isn't his real name, but can't use his Shinigami eyes. Conan is 60% sure Light is Kira. Who wins? Well, that's an obvious question. Because one truth prevails. Come on now. Hey, shout out to the homie Stufo. What's going on, Stu? How you doing, brother? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. All right, hey. Favorite Digimon season? That is going to be Season 3 Frosty. I love Digimon Tamers so much. And I always have a soft spot for the first season as well. Honestly, the first 4 seasons of Digimon were actually really good. You know, I have my issues with Season 2 and Season 4, but as a whole, they were all really entertaining. I could watch all of them. Oh, God, yeah, now I see what you're talking about, Fostings. I see it right now. I see it. Yo, Fostings, do what you gotta do. If you gotta ban people, ban them, bro. It's all good. So, Luis Mayorga, I'm sorry if I can't pronounce this, bro. Hey, Neo, is it possible to build muscle with calisthenics? Absolutely it is. It is so possible to build muscle with calisthenics. Is it ideal to be building as much muscle as possible? No, it's not, but you can definitely build a much greater than average physique, and that stuff will transition great when you actually go into a gym and you start strength training. You'll already have a great base and foundation, so you can skip past all the beginning work. All you have to do is just work on the form and technique. So yeah, if you have the opportunity to start calisthenics now, do it. Go ahead. All right. Let's see. We have a $5 Canadian super chat from Colin, my boy. Did you hear about the failed terrorist plot of right-wing gangs trying to kidnap the governor of Michigan? I've heard rumblings about that. I haven't looked too deep into it, so I can't comment on it, but every day there's always some type of crazy shit happening in this country, so I would not be surprised. So I'll have to look into that a little later. Neo, how well would Detective Conan do against Batman as a detective? I'm not really knowledgeable on Detective Conan. Ooh, that's definitely a fair argument, to be honest. If Conan was able to outwit Batman with all of Batman's tech, I would be dead, bro. Because Shinichi Kudo, is literally an everyday regular person. He doesn't have access to billions of dollars in R&D research funds and all that stuff. You don't got no Batcave either. We have a $1.99 super chat from JetLife504. Neo, playing Xenoblade for the first time at 4K 60 frames. Oh, you got that PC emulation? Oh, that is fucking juicy, bro. I'm telling you, I need Nintendo to come out with this new Switch. I don't care if it's not native 4K. I just want it to be more powerful so I can get better performance, because I cannot stomach playing Xenoblade at 392p. Like, please. And I know it doesn't always stay at that resolution, but still, it maxes out at 720p, guys. 720p in 2020 on a 65-inch 4K TV. That's disgusting. Like, oh, God. Oh. $5 super chat from Good Life J. Neo, what are your thoughts on a potential live-action Spider-Verse with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield? I am actually so down for that. At first, I was kind of on the fence about them doing Spider-Verse because I felt it was too soon, but we've gotten a few movies in, and if they can work it into the story, into the overarching theme of the MCU, then by all means, go for it. And it would be great to see all the Spider-Men on screen. Like, hell yeah, absolutely. Neo, you saw that Jason Schreier tweet. Which one is that, Nathan Drake? Is that, because I remember he was getting back and forth with it with a couple of people about the Cyberpunk crunch. But the thing about Jason Schreier, whether people like him or not, Jason's got the receipts. Jason has receipts. Like, you can dislike the fact that he blocks everybody. You can dislike the fact that, you know, it seems like all he reports on is the negativity. But bro, these are verified accounts of people who are working there who are talking about crunch. Like, I don't want my journalists to be buddy-buddy with companies just so they can get free swag from them or yellow chairs or whatever. I actually would prefer this journalist be an asshole, but they do damn good reporting. There's a lot of people in the industry who don't do reporting. There's very few people. Jason Schreier is one of the few people that actually does journalism. Everybody else is just a corporate mouthpiece for whatever company that's going to line their wallets. Like, that's literally all it is. Hey, what's up, God Geeks? I don't like it. This Spider-Man hasn't got the chance to be his own man. Yeah, I know, Fear No Hate. I know. It does suck, but I'm literally thinking with two brains right now. Like, I want more development for Tom Holland, but at the same time, I want to see Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield back. So I want my cake and I want to eat it too. What's up, Neo? I'm at work, but I want to say hi. Thank you so much, J-Mac. Hope your shift is going well. Neo, did you dislike your own video? I don't do that. I don't even like my own videos. I think that's kind of weird. Let's see. Neo, since you're not ignoring my comment, can you answer my super chat, the one with Tim Schafer? Okay, so yeah. People are wondering why I have like some like weird beef with Tim Schafer. I just think when it comes down to like Tim Schafer as the man, he's a guy who really overpromises and underdelivers with a lot of his games. And I feel kind of sketchy about when they were doing the funding for Psychonauts 2. I was really sketchy about actually contributing to that, because as much as I would love to have like Cyberpunk, Psychonauts 2 being in existence, I just don't trust Tim Schafer and Double Fine to that degree. Now that they're owned by Microsoft, though, that's a different story, because Phil Spencer's going to be like, nah, fam, you better get this shit up and running. It's going to be done. It's going to be okay. Like, but I just don't like Phil Schafer as a dude. He's just like the way he managed a lot of things. And where's Maddie when I need him? Valkyrie24, he can pull up the receipts about all types of people when it comes to crowdfunding and all this situations. Like, Matt's really good at that. But yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't really mess with Tim Schafer. And there goes a speck of dust. Alrighty. $4.99 super chat from Cory Gryffindor. Who can catch who first? Kira or the Phantom Thieves? That's a good question. But realistically, I would probably say the Phantom Thieves, just because their network is more vast by comparison to Kira. And that actually sounds like a really good crossover. Like maybe a crossover anime episode and just like some weird multiverse where Light is in the same universe as the Phantom Thieves. That would be so dope. But I would say the Phantom Thieves. Maybe they might stumble and get found out, but I think they might prevail in the end. Oh, we have a $2 super chat from Colin, my boy. What's your favorite Naruto opening? Okay, here we go. Let's talk about some anime shit. All right, so when it comes down to Naruto, I would have to say that my favorite opening of the original series, the OG 12-year-old Naruto, he would definitely have to be, and y'all already know the answer to this question. It would definitely have to be Haruka Kanata, which is the second opening for Naruto. I love that song like no tomorrow. Asian Kung Fu Generation, that's my shit right there. But a lot of the intros in Naruto are really good. Like, that's great. I loved Go, obviously, you know. Honestly, with the exception of opening 3 and 1, every single one of the Naruto intros are straight bangers. You know, I like 3 and I like 1, but you can blast 2 in the car, you can blast 4, 5, and 6. Like, those are all great. Shippuden, on the other hand, I think it has better openings because it just has more, you know, and you have more to choose from. Like Shippuden, opening 2 is fire. Freaking opening 3, 4, those are great. Opening 6 is awesome. Freaking Lovers, I think that's opening 9. That shit is fire. And of course, Silhouette, everybody knows that. Let's see, what else? Ooh, like OG Naruto opening 8, which is it was by Flow again. Remember? That's fire. What else? Shoot. Diver is dope. That's from Shippuden. And then after Lovers, in my opinion, all the Shippuden openings kind of were hit or miss. You know, some are good, some are bad. But yeah, opening, like, it's just good music. Bleach has dope music too. I saw some people talking about that. Yes, I do love the Bleach music. If there's one thing I'll give that show, it's got phenomenal music. Also, how's the audio, by the way? Is it minimizing all of the pops and everything, or do you still hear some pops? Have you played Phantasy Star Online 2? I have not fully dived into it yet. There's too many games, and I heard it's very addicting. We can only hear your voice. Oh, thank you, bruh. That's good. Thank you so much, y'all. Thank you. Appreciate it. A bit of pops here and there, but not an issue. Okay, I got you. It's probably because I have the gain a little too high. That's most likely it. All right. Hey, welcome to the stream, Lucky Diamond. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for coming. Attack on Titan soundtrack is unmatched. I wouldn't say that. It's got decent music, but not like unmatched territory. Bleach music is just like, it could take a mundane scene and make it crazy. Like, it's like whenever Ichigo powers up, it's like, whoa! Yo, he just like straight black girls singing like crazy. Like, da 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 da. It's fire. Bleach has got some dope music. Have you seen Burn the Witch yet? No, I have not seen that yet. I haven't seen it. Do you think Series X is going to run Valhalla at 4K, at a locked 4K 60? Didn't they confirm that? Didn't they confirm it's locked 4K 60, or is it dynamic resolution 60? Hey, Neo, do you think that Microsoft needs to do a better job of marketing their exclusives next year? They have about 8 or 10 that are coming out in the first year that looked great, but it seems people don't know. Well, honestly, to answer that, yeah, they do need to do a better job at marketing exclusives, but what they actually need to do is put out quality exclusives that don't alienate half the audience. That's what they need to do. Because a lot of Microsoft's, outside of Halo and outside of Gears of War and outside of Forza, their attempts at really getting like major exclusives have been kind of all over the place. You have these small gems like Ori and the Blind Forest, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Those are incredible. We know that. But then everything else is kind of like a toss-up. Quantum Break, Rise, Sunset Overdrive, dope. And then they did nothing with that. And then you have Sea of Thieves, which is a great game now. Great game now. But look how long it took them to make it a great game. Same thing with State of Decay. They got State of Decay 3 coming, but is it going to be great at launch, or are we going to have to wait for it to get better? It's okay to wait for a game to get better if it's something like Grounded, where it launches at a budget price. You know what you're getting into. They update it, and they are updating it. And you have the advent of Game Pass that's included. Awesome. But we just need to have more games come out that just be like, yo, Xbox games. Like, has anyone ever been like that for Xbox this generation? I don't really like see it. I don't, and I want to. I want to get excited and be like, yo, Xbox games. And if I had a Kinect, my Xbox would have turned on like, but yo, Sunset Overdrive, if y'all have not played that, y'all owe it to yourself. It's on Game Pass. Go download it. It's so much freaking fun. Sunset Overdrive, in my opinion, is like one of those really good classic PlayStation 2 titles. Like in terms of design, gameplay wise, it's just like one of those mindless fun games. I love Sunset Overdrive, man. So good. Hey, what's good, Toma? Welcome. Oh, and then the homie Marcus Digital coming through with the $25 super chat. You're one of the GOATs, my brother. You were doing anime content back when we all got clowned for liking it. LMAO. You paved the way. Oh, thank you for that, man. And he even gave me the King's Crown, too. Look at that, bro. But I appreciate that, man. And that's what we got to do, man. We got to, if there's one thing that I want y'all to take away from this stream, all 156 of you watching, just be true to yourself, man. Be true to yourself. It doesn't matter what people say. If there's room for improvement in your life, go for that. But don't sacrifice any of this shit, man. Don't sacrifice your love for gaming, for anime, for manga. Better yourself in ways that you want to. Like if you have fear of public speaking, get better at that. If you're overweight, underweight, fix that problem. But just don't think like, oh, I need to stop doing all this stuff because that's what the problem is. That's not the problem. That's just you using it as an excuse. Because like, bro, here's the dope ass thing, and I've noticed this as I guess the channel's been growing, which we just surpassed 62,000 subscribers, which is fucking amazing. Thank you guys so much. I'm coming across a lot of like married older people who play video games, which is just so fucking dope because for the most part, people who I game with are all around my age, 20 something, early 30s. But when I see people who are like retired Navy veterans, father of 5, I play on Xbox, use my gamer tag, let's play Destiny 2. I just think that shit is so dope because it's just like, yo, you live a whole life. You have a family and kids, you in these gaming streets. Like that stuff is fucking dope. So if you're a parent, mother, father, whatever it is, shout out to y'all because that gives hope for all of us in this generation to keep doing what we love. And it's amazing. Like, don't let anyone ever tell y'all otherwise. Like, keep doing what you're doing. Have fun, man. Like, that shit is just so dope. I love it. All right, that's the parent I want to be. You say it, Cory. Like, I'm parent here. It is difficult. If you're a parent, if you've got kids, whether they're in preschool or they're off to college, shout out to y'all. Comment down below. Do you think Xbox should buy the Mortal Shell developer and make Xbox Bloodborne? To be honest, I don't think Xbox really needs to go ahead and buy things just for the sake of buying it. I think what they need to do is just work with what they have right now. And then if there an opportunity arises for them to maybe acquire something to make it better, cool. Have you seen the Black Ops Cold War zombie trailer yet? I have, and I am excited for that, but I'm going to wait a little bit before I purchase the new Call of Duty because I want to see how good that zombie experience is, and if we have to wait for them to put out more maps for it to become a better experience. All right, Do you think the new CGI Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie is going to be good? Well, we'll just have to see when it comes out. 3 kids, 21 years in the Air Force, and I still game. That's what's up, brother. That's what's up. Thank you for your service, by the way. Chris, my mom had the original Atari and Sega Genesis. She got me into gaming. Oh, that is so dope, Cody. Also, welcome to the stream, man. That is dope. I love this shit, man. It's dope. Like, this gaming shit, like, it's a part of who we are, man. I keep saying that's what's up because it is what's up. It's so fucking dope. Oh, you're about to be a dad? Oh, Godspeed to you, brother. Enjoy it. Hey, Bree, what's going on, sis? How you doing? Have you watched Avatar The Last Airbender? This has come from Santiago. Yes, Avatar is one of my all-time favorite shows. Not cartoons, not wannabe animes. One of my all-time favorite shows. That show is top tier in so many ways. And if y'all haven't seen it, it's on Netflix right now. Go check it out. You will not be disappointed. By the end of that series, you're going to be left crying, wanting more. And then we look at what we got, and it's just like, nope, return to sender. Oh, I'm dead. Postings is not playing tonight. Yo, Postings, shout out to Postings. Postings like, nah, y'all niggas think you slick, psych. Do you think if Halo Infinite doesn't succeed, Microsoft should turn to Bethesda? And this is coming from Roberto Salazar. If Halo Infinite doesn't succeed, I don't think Xbox needs to look to Bethesda. Bethesda's going to do what they do. They're going to be fine. What they need to do is they got to start looking at 343 because that's going to be 343's third attempt at making Halo great. And so far, they have not made a universally acclaimed Halo game that doesn't alienate half the audience. Halo 4 was decent, but it wasn't a great follow-up to what we had before with Bungie. Halo 5, awesome multiplayer. Excellent stuff. Campaign was doo-doo. Halo Infinite has to be great. It can't just come out and be like, well, it's good. Y'all are just too harsh on it. No. Halo Infinite needs to be game-changing. Halo Infinite needs to be that game that we're talking about at the end of the year, game of the year discussions. And people like to say, well, we don't need to talk about whether or not this deserved game of the year or whatever. No, you need to with Halo. This game, before it got delayed, was supposed to be the launch title, the premier marquee title of a Halo game, of an Xbox console. Launching with Halo Infinite. That was supposed to be monumental. Like, this game has to be great. It has to. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, Postings is like, nope, I ain't letting that go without checked. Let's see. Yeah, that Microsoft partnership is gonna give GameStop some rejuvenation, but realistically, how much though? How much? Hey, we got a $2 super chat from the homie Danny D's World. Thank you for the support, brother. Stan Babylon 5. That series would make a dope RPG, bro. There's a lot of sci-fi series that would make excellent RPGs, and I don't know why they're not capitalizing on it. Maybe it's due to a licensing thing, or maybe they don't think there's much interest in it, but I'm so surprised why we don't have more sci-fi RPGs. For the longest time, what was everybody's like go-to sci-fi RPG? It was Mass Effect, and that's a great series, but we could be getting so much more. Hopefully with Starfield, fingers crossed, it's not another Bethesda being Bethesda thing. Todd Howard. If that is success, like, I would love for them to do like an Atlantis RPG, bro. That would be great. Like, seriously, like, just Disney, give the license to somebody. Or if you want it, like, let's just go back to the source, Stargate, because Atlantis, I'm not saying it ripped off Stargate, but there's a lot of parallels that are oddly similar. I would love that. Oh, $5 super chat from the homie Colin, my boy. Could you see the Naruto anime getting a similar treatment to Dragon Ball Z Kai at some point in the future? Well, it's funny you mentioned that, Colin, because, correct me if I'm wrong, they did that a few years ago with Naruto, where they went back and they cleaned up some of the animation, they cut down on some of the filler, and they rebroadcast it on TV. But it wasn't like a Naruto Kai, like, oh, we're going to go back and fundamentally change it. The Kai treatment, it's not, Naruto didn't need that, because Naruto, for the most part, with the exception of like the last 80 episodes, was relatively filler free. Of course, he had a couple of things in there, like a couple episodes, filler, whatever. But as a whole, it was pretty much one-to-one. So for them to do that, I don't really think it's necessary. Shippuden, on the other hand, there's no saving that series. You can't do that. You can't do a Kai treatment for Shippuden. There's just so much canon stuff that is interwoven into a lot of the filler episodes for fucking no reason. And if you were to take that stuff out, it would just be so disjointed. Like, you can't, it's not even salvageable, because you'll go from episode, let's just say 425, and then the next canon part is like 440. It's like, what the fuck? Like, how we were in one scene and now we're in another. Like, what? It's bad. It was bad. Shippuden's anime was terrible. After the pain arc, anyway. All right, $4.99 from C. Pierre. Have you ever been bullied when you were in high school, middle school, and how did you deal with it? I wish I dealt with it better instead of crying. I never really got bullied like that. I mean, there were some kids that I got into, I guess, like arguments with in 3rd grade, and I was kind of scared of them. But it wasn't like a constant bullying thing where it was a problem and we had to address it. Honestly, I can't really say what I should do with it. I mean, I have my response, that what I would do now, what I would tell my younger self. But I don't know if that's applicable to everybody. So if I had a person, oh my God, there's a bunch of spam accounts here. Wow. Shout out to Fostings for going ahead and doing that. Fostings and Gabe. For me, if it came down to bullying, if someone is ever messing, let's just say my son, if someone's ever messing with my son, I'm teaching my son to knock the fuck out of that kid. Like, I don't care what people say. If someone is ever messing with my son and they put hands on him, he's going to fight back. Like, I don't care. There's none of this like, oh, just use your words, all this liberal bullshit. What he's going to do is he's going to learn to stand up for himself and punch back twice as hard. That's it. And he might get in trouble, but at the same time, it's like, yo, that kid was messing with him. He was just defending himself. That's what I'm going to do. Because all this stuff, like not being able to defend yourself, if you don't address it, it becomes a self-image issue. It's a confidence problem. And I'm sorry, you just got to take it back to the basics. You know, you just got to throw hands when necessary. I'm not saying he needs to. I'm not saying he got to preach the fight. But he's got to do what he got to do. So that's just me. That's just me, man. Because what happens is sometimes people who get bullied end up becoming bullies themselves because they think that's the only way to survive. Oh, I swear to God. The second I said that, Santiago said the same thing. Shout out to you, brother. I got bullied in 6th grade. I thought that the only way to look cool was to bully another person. So I did that in 7th grade, and I regret doing that. But hey, he's my friend now. That sounds so anime, bro. That sounds straight out of an anime. But yo, I'm telling you, life is so crazy. Life is so crazy, man. Like, I remember the people who used to crack jokes at me way back when because, you know, I used to hear it all the time, y'all. Like, oh, look at this guy. He's like the whitest black guy I ever know. Why? Because I actually spoke proper and I wasn't sagging my pants. And I just, you know, did what any person's supposed to do in school, which is to get good grades. So I heard that all the time. So I kind of became immune to it. And once I was in like middle school, I started to fight back against those people. So when somebody said, oh, you know, this person, you know, you're an Oreo, blah, 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 I would just basically say, oh, yeah, I'm an Oreo because I speak proper. So you're saying all black people are supposed to sound ignorant as fuck. And they were just like, what? He's like, so you're saying you're ignorant as fuck, and you're saying your mama is ignorant as fuck too because she black. Yo, that man got so heated. And I swear to God, like, he never talked to me after that day. Like, didn't even look my way at all. Never. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Cooler Carlton. Yo, I loved Carlton. Shout out to Carlton. Ghost Rider. Hey, Neo, I'm sorry, but I can't stay for the next 2 months until Christmas because I have university and I wake up at 7:30 a.m. I still watch all your videos and I enjoy it during the day, bro. Oh, that's awesome, Ghost Rider. You got to do what you got to do, bro. You got to do what you got to do, man. That's it. That's it, brother. But I appreciate your support, man. Thank you so much. Damn, Gabe. That's right, bro. You got to switch it up when it's applicable. Yeah. Oh, you said mama? Yeah, you got to. Yo, if someone's coming at me and they insulting me, I'm going straight to their mama. I don't care. If you're insulting me saying I'm not black because I sound proper, I'm just like, oh, so all black people sound ignorant, like your mother. What are your thoughts on Gundam? The franchise as a whole, legendary, iconic. I'm not too deep into Gundam like a lot of people are. Like, I've seen a couple of series, of course, when I was growing up. And I started watching Iron-Blooded Orphans a few months ago, and I was like thoroughly surprised at the production value of that show and how good it is. Neo, where's your dog? He's sleeping with my sister right now. Today was Thanksgiving in Canada. Oh, today's Thanksgiving in Canada? Well, happy Thanksgiving to y'all, and happy Indigenous Peoples Day to people over here in the U.S. Can you whistle a lot of songs? No. I can whistle, though. Not a lot of songs. Are you excited for both consoles? Yes, I am. Gundam Origin was fire. Eh? Aye. You looking forward to Steve when he comes out for Smash Bros? Sure. I mean, I don't really play Smash Bros like that, but I'll play it if it makes people angry. What do you think of the next gen Yakuza gameplay? I watched it. If I'm being real, like I told y'all, Yakuza ain't gonna look crazy on next gen because Ryuga Gotoku Studios is not really, like, most Japanese studios do not push the boundaries of visual fidelity. They don't. Like, Square Enix is one of the few exceptions, and now recently Capcom has started to do a lot of that. But as a whole, Japanese developers, their budget is not really ever allocated into the visuals primarily as it is over here in the West. So it looks better, but it doesn't look like, yo, this is the next gen. You know what I'm saying? You got to wait for somebody like, well, look at the Demon Souls remake, which ironically is a Japanese developed game, but I guess because it's being pushed more for like the West, that's why it's just like much more impressive, because Blue Point is developing it, and Blue Point is based in Texas, as y'all know. Has there been any news on the Black Myth Wukong game? Well, last time I heard about them was when they showed off the game, so I assume they're just developing it. So, you know, just give it time. Which is the better deal, the Xbox Series S or the Xbox Series X? Honestly, that's going to come down to personal preference as far as you being a gamer, because on paper, the Series S is like a phenomenal deal. It is. $299 for the console and what you're getting with it. You can't build a PC for that price. You really cannot. However, if you're a person who's a hardcore gamer, I would opt for the Series X because of the storage capacity, and just long term, you're going to be getting more 4K gaming experiences, better performance, yada, yada, yada. But if you don't care about any of that stuff and you just want a console for $299 and it's small, low profile, and you accept the fact that you're not getting that much storage, cool. Once the storage prices for the once the prices for the external storage come down, I think that's when we're going to it's going to be a much easier sell. Like, get the Series S, you can get like a 1 terabyte SSD expansion for like, let's say $100 in like the next year or two, and you'll be good. But me, myself, and I have had to choose. I'd get the Series X and the Series S. I would get both. I want both. Look at the Series S is like this small, bro. It's so tiny. It looks so good. Looks so good, bro. I wish it was still like a GameCube, though. If it was that GameCube design, I'd be all over that. But I just, like, okay. So if I ever needed 2 Xboxes in the house, I'd have one in the den, and I have one in the living. No, I have one in the den, and I have one in the bedroom. Oh, God. Yeah, that GameCube design, I'm telling you. Hey, Neo, I'm a hardcore PC gamer converting to Xbox, man. Thanks for your input. Amazing content. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. That's, wow, you're going hardcore PC gaming back to consoles. That's interesting, man. But the cool thing about both these consoles now is that they're basically mini PCs to an extent. So all that stuff is going to carry over outside of all the freedom and flexibility you get with PC gaming. Like, you're still going to be getting like the experience of talking with your friends and blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. You'll just miss like the power aspect. Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. That's so insane, bro, to think like you're going from PC to console. Because before it made sense, because there was a time, y'all, when PC gaming was just such a minority. Like, the past 10 years have been really good for PC gaming. But before that, bro, there were so many games that were console exclusive that you wondered why you even owned a PC. Like, people owned gaming PCs back then were like super hardcore, or there were only games that came out on just PC and not consoles. So, but now everything is coming to PC. Like, literally everything. Yakuza is on PC. Devil May Cry is on PC. Tales is on PC. We're still waiting on Kingdom Hearts. But, you know, a lot of games are coming to PC. I hear the quartering got triggered. I'm dead. I hear the quartering got triggered because the Series S was small and white, while the Series X is big and black. Hey, yo! Oh, God. Well, wait till they do a Captain Marvel special edition. That's when he's going to go insane. Have you played Doom on Game Pass? Yes, I own Doom Eternal on PC, and I'm also playing it on my Xbox because Game Pass is awesome. Let's see. Hey man, I love your content. Oh, I appreciate that, Ibrahim. Thank you so much. And excuse me if I'm like slurring my words and stumbling over it. We've been streaming for like almost an hour and a half. That's what happens. Shout out to the 160 people watching. Y'all the best. Y'all the best. Yes, all the Kingdom Hearts games are on Game Pass. So if y'all are on Xbox and you want a new series of games to play, and I guarantee you probably played nothing like Kingdom Hearts, they're all on Xbox, which is amazing. Hey, Neo, how long did it take for you to see results with weight training? Honestly, it depends, man. It depends on your goals, what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and where you're starting from. So if you're a really, really, really skinny guy and you go into the gym, you start eating a lot, you start working out, you're going to definitely see some gains. If you're a much bigger person, you might not see the muscle gains because of the distribution of fat. But when you start losing that weight, all that work you put into the gym, it will just start to show, man. So it just all depends. I would definitely say if you can be consistent to a program, and I mean consistent, like you go into the gym, you put in your time, you sleep, you rest, you recover, your diet is on point, I would say you can make a really good transformation in like 6 months. It's not going to be like, damn, bro, you brolic, but people will definitely notice. And it's all about the consistency and keeping it going. Like this stuff is not like you do it in 90 days, you're done. This stuff goes on for years. Literally, like there are times where I wake up and I'm just like, I don't want to go to the gym, but I know I got goals and I'll be happy that I did. Like this past week in the gym was my peak week for a lot of my lifts. So I was testing my maxes and I am 4 for 4 with breaking PRs, which is so awesome because after taking 6 months off of like proper lifting, I did the at home stuff, but that's not really anything. And just going back to the gym, I spent the last month rebuilding my strength, and then I was finally able to test everything, and it was just so good, like so fucking good. I'm so happy. And then I go into my deload week for like the next 7 days, which is nice. I'll be recovering in the gym, just doing light stuff, maybe focus on some other things I didn't do before in the past. But as far as like the main 4 lifts, it's just all 50% weight capacity, so no maxing out, but it's good. Your body needs that time to recover. I want to get a nice body, but I'm kind of a big guy and haven't seen results. Well, you have to start looking into things. Look at your workout program. Is your workout program actually challenging you? Like, are you going to the gym and you're actually putting in the work? Are you like feeling itself? Are you feeling the burn? Are you sweating? Those aren't always the best indications, but you'll know when you go into the gym. Are the numbers on the weights increasing? Like, did you start out curling 10 pounds and are you now curling 40 pounds? You've gained some muscle. Maybe you can't see it because of the fat, but you've gained strength. So maybe you have to look into your diet. Look at what you're eating. Maybe it's too much. Maybe you're eating in excess. That could be potentially a thing. Or maybe you're under eating. I know I'm just throwing out everything, but that's just kind of what you have to do when it comes to this fitness shit, because no two people are exactly the same. So what works for me, a 6'4" person, like 215, 220, is going to be very different by comparison to someone who's like 5'6", 180, Thanks, Neo. You're awesome and truly a king. I try my best. Listen, hey, I was in that exact same position a few years ago, y'all. This shit is confusing as hell, but you take it day by day, and that's how it's done. I'm telling you, y'all. Trust me. If you can get into the mindset where it's just like one day at a time, keep doing this, and you never give up, bro, you will go far. And that logic extends far beyond the gym. You can apply this to your entrepreneurship endeavors, your career, video games, clearing out a backlog. As you can see, I'm doing pretty good as far as the gym stuff, career-wise, my other financial endeavors. Gaming-wise, I ain't finishing shit. But, 3 out of 4 is still 75%. Oh, God. But, yeah. I'm the opposite. I need to get fat. I'm too skinny. Santiago, my friend, you got to start eating. Listen, bro. Trust me. You got to start eating. And when you start, you got to eat to like 80% capacity. And then you go to the gym and you kill it. YouTubers that you don't like but you respect, and that's coming from Sir Allen. I don't really hate anybody on YouTube. I really don't. I'll point things out about people, like we just talked about the quartering. I don't like all these YouTubers out there who are just sensationalists. They have like a real hard-on, which is so ironic. They have a hard-on for hating Brie Larson, which I think is so dumb. If you didn't like Captain Marvel, you didn't like Captain Marvel. I didn't like Captain Marvel. I thought it was one of the weakest MCU movies. And the fact that it made over $1 billion is just mind-boggling. But Brie Larson, I'm cool with her. I'm fine because Brie Larson don't pay my bills. Brie Larson don't sleep in my bed. If she wants to, that's fine. But as a whole, I'm just like, yo, Brie Larson, you gonna do your thing, girl. Chris Evans, you go do your thing. Mark Ruffalo, you go do your thing. But people, they just have it in their mind like, I hate this person. They're what's killing Marvel and Star Wars and all this dumb crap. And it's just, oh my God. But, you know, we know why these people, they can't create original content to save their lives, so they have to spend time talking about this popular celebrity. Oh my God, Brie Larson has a YouTube channel. She's playing Animal Crossing. Look at this. Blah, blah. Like, bro, who the fuck cares? Like, I always say this shit. Like, if you, like, try telling this to the average, everyday, regular person you meet on the street and look at their reaction. Like, that is, bro. Damn, this channel is full of Chads and Kings. I love y'all. Yo, thank you for that, Angel. But I just love this community, man. I really do. Like, all the people that we got here right now, we got 147 people watching. Like, we all know what this shit is about. You know, we come in here, we like to do our thing. We go outside, we kill it, we crush it outside, whatever. But we don't really, like, life is too short to be worrying about all the negativity that you run into nowadays. You know, like, I ain't got time for that stuff. I have to shoulder roll those things. You know, and if negativity gets to the point where I can't function and it's just really getting on my nerves, you know, I gotta, you know, take out the trash, which is why I broke up with my girlfriend. You know, you move on. You move on to bigger and better things and you become happier for it. Thanks, Neo. I always use these streams as background noise for writing my college essays. And that's from the Pecuano. Again, I'm sorry if I butchers that, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. What are y'all up to right now? What you doing? Washing dishes? Eating dinner? Y'all at work? Some people I know are studying. Y'all just chilling, playing some games. What y'all up to? All the woman haters like the quartering probably won't say shit in any woman's face, but they have an entire YouTube channel dedicated to hating women. I don't get that shit, bro. I really don't either. That is so dumb. Studio Ghibli versus Disney. Who's better? No cop out. I would say Disney, because Disney's just been around for much longer and they have a much more extensive catalog and they put out more movies. So while Disney might have a lot more duds by comparison to Studio Ghibli, I think Disney still has a lot more stellar movies. Okay. Nice. Getting laundry backlog cleared. Oh, I got some laundry. I got my own little pile of laundry right over here, y'all. I got my since we're getting into the fall season, you know, I as you can see, I've started to whip out all the long sleeves and the hoodies and all that stuff. So I have more clothes to add to my laundry because I love lounging wear. I really do, y'all. Eating some toast with Nutella. There we go. Laying across the bed. Most things. Pause for that. That was sus. There's a bunch of men here and some women too. He said he's laying across the bed. Hey, yo, if you don't get your what you doing right now type text message. And this man says he can knock out the laundry. You can't knock out the laundry if you're laying on the bed, bro. Hey, sitting on a dirt road drinking. I feel you, man. I've been there sometimes. Waiting for my spaghetti to cook. Are you getting both next-gen consoles? Yes, I am, Ibrahim. I went from just getting one to now I'm just getting both, apparently. Hey, Neo, I love your content. Thank you so much. And I am new. Question, the PS5 will be backwards compatible and have more fun games than Xbox. I don't know which one to get. Well, you got to go where the games you want are. So if you see a lot more games on PlayStation by comparison to Xbox that you want, go for that, and vice versa. There's a lot of people I know who game on Xbox simply because it's going to be the best console to play these games. All of their friends are there, and they just love Game Pass. So I think both companies are in a really good spot right now where you could realistically own both consoles and get amazing experiences that are so different. Like, that's why I'm so excited about it this generation, because if I'm being real, I mean, I love Xbox. Toma said sitting on the toilet. Well, do you at least have your Switch? Or do you at least have your Xbox with your controller synced up to Bluetooth to play your Game Pass games? Yo, that is really... Hold on, some chick just texted me. Yo, of course all the chicks want to text during the stream. I don't even know. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I love gaming, man. I just love this gaming shit. I just love it. I am going to be sad, though, because I have to retire my Xbox One X when I get the Series X. Because I love them so much. I look at the Xbox Series, the One X, I'm like, that's a sexy console. It's a sexy, quiet console. Look at it. It's just sitting there, unbothered, quiet. You love to see it. Neo, habla español? Un poco. Not really. I'm really good at saying certain phrases in Spanish, like so good to the point where people think I can speak Spanish, and then I just go from that happens at work all the time, because as you guys know, I work in a restaurant as my second job, and you know, like every now and then I deal with families who speak Spanish, and every now and then, like, of course, when you know enough of a certain language because you've been dealing with it, like my ex, her parents only spoke Spanish. They didn't really speak a lot of English, so there was a language barrier, but I could kind of like read between the lines when it comes to languages to know what they're talking about. And every now and then I would speak Spanish to these people. So like when I would ask them like, hey, what sides do you want? Blah, blah, blah. And they would talk about the sides, trying to explain it. And I was just, they're asking like, well, oh, what sides does it come with? They were talking. And I said, oh, you know, it comes with arroz, you know, papas fritas, like, you know, just general basic things. And like, oh, you speak Spanish? I was like, no. No, because then they try to speak to me like I know Spanish. I'm like, no, I don't. I just know phrases. But I really do want to actually, because I took Spanish in high school, which, you know, really isn't much, but I actually want to go and fully learn a language. I think that would be really dope, you know? Arroz con pollo, con frijoles, you know? I'm really good at saying certain phrases, like just to throw them out there. Like, let's just say two of my coworkers are being loud for no reason. I'd be like, cállate la boca, you know? Like just random shit like that. Oh god, I know I'm like not good at it at all, but I just it's fun. If you need help in the Spanish department, you can hit me up. I might take you up on that offer, Tekken Jin. Yo, but I really do wish that we all like lived somewhat close to each other, because if we did, I would just say, yo, y'all come see me at the restaurant, I'll take care of you. You're pretty good for an English speaker. I try. Gracias. Do you think this new console generation will completely change the scene? I think it's definitely going to be a lot more impactful compared to this generation, just because of all the new technology that's going in there, like SSD speeds, really bringing it up to a standard that we haven't seen for consoles, and just all the other things that come with it, you know, as we get more involved in a digital future and the opportunities that presents. You know, there's going to be a lot of different stuff, and I'm excited for it. If you don't mind, what changed your mind from getting one to both consoles? Because the Series X was available at Costco, and I just did it because I could. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, I'm getting the Xbox, I guess. So there's that. And I have a whole video coming on later in the week to talk about the reason why. Oh, you gonna learn the whole Zelda language? Hey, good luck, brother. Good luck. I appreciate that, Tekken Jin. Thank you. No, I didn't get that Xbox One Z. I didn't. Where is it? I'd have to get like a double XL though, because you know I'm like 6'4", so I want to make sure that thing is like comfy, not like snug fit. I like to have it a little bit loose. Like as you can see, this isn't tight. This is loose. I like loose clothing when I'm at home. But damn, I really want an Xbox One Z. Damn, I really want an Xbox One Z. Does anyone here have an Xbox One Z? I want an Xbox One Z. It just looks so cool. Hey, we have a $5 super chat from the homie Purified Storm, aka Grant, aka Gangsta. 1 month next gen. Do you think in... Is that... You said Junk 2019. I assume you said June? Oh, okay. Did you ever think in June 2019 you would get a Series X? Thoughts on Xboxes 2020, 2021 versus 2013 Xbox One? What's new? Banjo and Sonic 06 when? Well, thank you for your support, Grant. And to answer your question, I knew I was going to get a Series X after I used the One X because I was like, this is dope. This is great. And if they can continue this, by all means. I didn't think I'd be getting one so soon. I thought I was going to wait at least like a year and a half for my Xbox All Access thing. But yeah, here I am. I think Xbox is in a much better spot this generation as opposed to last. Like there's just... Like, regardless of what people say, there is no way Xbox going to the next generation is going to be any worse than it was when they came to this generation. Absolutely no way. It's impossible. Just looking at what they've done so far, there's just so much more excitement and momentum for the Xbox Series as opposed to the Xbox One. Like so much more, man. So much more. So yeah, I'm excited for that. What's new as far as like what's new in terms of speaking on Xbox? Well, their messaging is a lot clearer this time around. They're more games focused as opposed to what they were before at the beginning, which was just something we didn't want to see. And they just know what they have to do. They found their niche and they're sticking to it. And yes, Banjo and Sonic 06 are coming soon. I'm trying to figure out like the best, like what I have to do right now is I have to go ahead and buy myself a new PS3 controller because I can't find my old one for whatever reason. Because I have Sonic 06, I bought it for the PS3 because I tried emulating it, it wasn't working. But now I have to find my PS3 controller. But I think you can use the DualShock 4 on the PS3. I'm not sure it'll work for all games though. That's the thing. I mean, I feel like it should, you know, because it is still DualShock. So all you have to do is just plug it in and sync it. That's what I think. Let's see. Oh, you're installing Sunset Overdrive? Yo, that's what's up, Angel. That is such a good game, man. What's your critical opinion of the game, which is named Minecraft? I don't really have an opinion on Minecraft, Santiago, because I've never really played it. Like, I've tried to get into it a few times, but it's never stuck. I just think it's one of those games that's not for me, but I appreciate every single person that's into that. In fact, this girl that I'm talking to right now is big into Minecraft, and it's so interesting hearing her talk about it. And just because I've never really come in contact with someone who realistically like plays Minecraft religiously, at least in my circle, you know? So hearing her talk about it is actually interesting because I'm like, oh, wow, this is not the game that I originally envisioned. Because at first I was thinking Minecraft was a game where you just build stuff, but it's actually so much more than that. So yeah, it's been interesting. What about you guys? Is there any game that you can't, like, you respect it, but you can't understand, like, you just can't get into it? Like, for me, that's definitely Minecraft. But I totally respect people who are playing it. Did you ever play The World Ends With You? Yes, I did. It's actually one of my all-time favorite DS games, favorite Square Enix games. I bought it on Switch when it was on sale because I wanted to own another copy of it, but that Switch version is not good. The controls are, yeah. But it's such a good game, though. Metal Gear Solid for you, Danny. Okay, I could see that. Monster Hunter, League of Legends, same thing. Smite. Yeah, a lot of these games I haven't played. Like League, Smite, like those type of games, nah. Fortnite, same thing. Terraria, same thing. Wow. Some people are saying some Rockstar games. Interesting. That's interesting. Hey, what's going on, Ryan? Oh, God, he's changed his name. He's no longer Shadow Slayer. He is Ryan. MOBAs. Okay. You know what the thing is about a lot of those games? A lot of those games, I've noticed you want to play them with people. Like, those are really good co-op games. You can play them by yourself and you can do your dailies and your duties and your grinds, but a lot of those games I think you have more fun playing with people. Hey, what's good, Terrence? Welcome to the stream, brother. Yeah, a lot of those games are like that. Oh, speaking of games, yo, we have got to play Among Us, you guys. We need to stream that bitch. I've been cracking the fuck up for the past 2 weeks at all of these Among Us memes, man. There's just so much hilarious stuff coming from that. We have to set it up. Like, I own Among Us. Comment down below if y'all be down to play it, and we'll just create like a little separate, like, we already have a Discord chat available for games. So let me know. We'll probably set something up because those games get hilariously ridiculous. Y'all are freaking dope. I'm just reading through these comments and I'm just like, yo, this is what's up. This is how I honestly love to spend my Mondays, you guys. Just like coming on stream and just talking to y'all. It's like I'm home, even though I am home, but I'm home. Yo, I'll tell you, that game makes you sweat. You get so much anxiety for no reason, man. For no reason you get anxiety playing that game. I'm just, it's so funny. I'm shy. I'll have social anxiety. You all good, brother. You all good. Trust me. Listen, those things, there are so many people that I've talked to on YouTube, like at the beginning, when we get cool, they can't really speak, social anxiety. And then after a few months of getting to know them, a few years, man, they are the loudest people I know. They be yelling like crazy. Like my homeboy Jason, Amazing JD, very quiet dude. This is nature. But when we playing Fall Guys, this man be loud as shit because he hates that game because of the one mini game where you have to what's the one he hates? The one where it's like the seesaw topsy-turvy shit where you have to go and then it moves to each side depending on how much weight is there. You have to counterbalance it. He hates that stuff. Like he freezes up on it all the time. I don't know why, but I've never heard that man be so angry in my life. It was so funny. Absolutely, Danny. We need to set that up. Yo, Fall Guys is dope. Somebody asked me about Persona 5. I saw a comment. Here it is. Cold. I want to get a PS5 for Persona, but I've always wanted to play Persona even before Part 5 came out. If Persona isn't exclusive, then it's whatever. Well, honestly, I would say wait it out because you never know. Persona 4 Golden came to PC, and now Atlas is thinking about putting more of their games on PC. I'm not saying tomorrow they'll announce that Persona 5 is coming to PC, but if we start seeing Persona 3 pop up and, other stuff, we'll see. Who's your best girl in Persona 5? Honestly, on this new playthrough, I think I'm going to romance Tay. Like on my first playthrough, I could have sworn Danny, I legit thought that I had romanced Futaba. I actually didn't romance anybody in Persona 5 because I didn't unlock the trophy. I was like, what? I didn't romance anybody? What the fuck? So I'm just probably gonna go for Tay. I'll do that. Some people are saying, who'd y'all go for? Did you go for a different person in Persona 5 Royal versus the vanilla? So I'm probably gonna go for Tay. I might do the new chick. I don't know. I might go for Kasumi. How could you miss? I just missed, bro. I missed, man. Now we got LeBron just looking at me like. Have you played Phasmophobia? That would be fun to see you stream. No, I haven't, Guy Hood. Give me the details on that. Do you think Persona will come to Xbox? If Uncle Phil can go over to Japan and open the wallets, yes. I would love for that. If Phil Spencer just comes up on some stage somewhere where there's social distancing and he says Persona's coming to Xbox, I will geek out just because if they announce it, that means that it's coming to Game Pass if Xbox announces it. But realistically, I would just geek out because more people can play it. Like if Persona 5 came to Xbox, I'm just like, yes. Because people can play it. I can't romance the adults as a kid, man. Feels mad hypocritical. Well, these are video games, man. They appeal to the male fantasies. What makes Sunshine your favorite 3D Mario game? Mine is also Sunshine. Hey. I like this. We have good taste. Honestly, because Sunshine to me, when I got my GameCube, it was like the first, it's so weird to say now. It was like that first next gen experience for me. Like going from the N64 to the GameCube and just seeing how beautiful Sunshine looked and the music and all the vibes and the aesthetic, I was floored. And I loved a lot of stuff about Sunshine. Could there have been some levels that were better designed? Yes. Some of those levels look like they were designed by Satan. But as a whole, I love Sunshine. I really do. Even though everybody hated it up until now where people apparently like it. Oh, we have a $5 super chat from the homie Grant. Thoughts on Xbox having 23 exclusive studios and 30 plus AAA exclusives coming by 2025 or earlier. Xbox has 10 more studios than PS5. New Banjo 3 this gen. Yo, I don't think people realize like how crazy that Bethesda acquisition was because it's not like Xbox got 8 new studios. They got like 16 new teams because a lot of these studios have multiple teams working on games. So they're going to be having a lot of games coming out. And if all those games are Xbox and PC, that's powerful. Because that solves all their game problems right then and there. So I don't have to worry about Bethesda. But I want to see what all these other studios got cooking. Like all the ones they acquired, all the ones that are providing more funding for. I want to see their games because they bought them in the middle of this generation towards the end. So they're going to need some time to cultivate. I understand that. But I want, like, if all these games can come out and they're all bangers, yo, like, bro, they could literally have a new game every other month for the next 5 years. Like, seriously, they could have like they could have their marquee Xbox Game Studios titles like Halo, Gears, and Forza. You can have maybe one at the beginning of the year, one at the end of the year, and then you can have everything else sandwiched in between. Like, that's a lot of games. That's a lot of games, and they're all going to be on Game Pass. Like, I legit would never have to buy a game on Xbox again if that's the case. I'll just subscribe to Game Pass. I don't know how people hate that shit. Like, people always try to spin that shit like it's bad. Like, man, I don't know. What Xbox studio are you more excited to see what they come out with? I would really love for Microsoft to let all their studios play around with the franchises. I would love to see In Exile. I would love to see their take on, let's just say, if they wanted to do a classic return to form Fallout game. I would love to see something like that. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, they just put out Wasteland 3. Yes. But I would love to see something in the Fallout universe. Or maybe if they're not going to stick to that aesthetic, maybe they could go ahead and do a completely different RPG, which is a spinoff of another franchise. You know, I would love for them to take like the id Tech engine that powered Doom and then put out like some type of a first-person shooter game, just like anything. Like, the sky is the freaking limit. Like, Obsidian's working on Avowed. That's going to be awesome. But what about another team at Obsidian? What if they're doing something else? Like, that's why I just get so excited. I would love for Rare to do something more than what they've been doing. Because I feel like Rare, like, yeah, they have Sea of Thieves and they have this new game coming out. But, bro, like, that's it? That's all they're doing? Like, all those people out there, they spent all this money for that? Like, man, nah. I would love to see Obsidian. I was just giving you an example, Anthony, of what they could do. Like, Obsidian working on New Vegas 2, of course, is the dream. But if they want to work on Avowed, and if Avowed ends up being better than New Vegas, who knows? Hey, we got a $5 super chat from the homie Avanti. Hey, Neo, long time no see. I know you normally don't do this, but I wanted to know your thoughts on the 7 Remake story on where it could go. P.S. Keep it up. Well, thank you for the support, brother. Hope you're doing well. And that question will be answered as soon as I get some water. So we're going to take a quick break for the show, guys. Maybe just like 2-3 minutes, just so I can compose myself, because we've been streaming for almost 2 hours. So just give me a little bit of time, and we will be right back. Hello, heathens. I've returned. I'm back. And I am rejuvenated by, it's not seltzer water today, unfortunately, but we've got Kirkland's Signature ionized alkaline water with a pH balance of 9.5. Added electrolytes for taste. It's nothing special. It's not crazy. It's water. But it's a liter of water, and I am behind on my drinking for the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, oh yes, thank you, Colin. Thank you so much. All right, y'all over here thinking we going to stream without us actually doing our daily task. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it's time for. I want y'all to go ahead and get yourself some water. Doesn't have to be a lot of water. It could be a glass of water. Could be a cup. Maybe a bottle you conveniently have lying around. We're going to do a water chug. Because we have to stay hydrated, to stay healthy, and to stave off the thirst. Got to do that. We got to do that. And yes, Costco is the GOAT, Salazar. It is. So y'all go and get your water right now, and we're going to do a chug. All of us going to do a chug challenge. And if y'all want to send me a video of you chugging on IG, you can do that too. You can do that too. Right? Daniel's like, hydrate. It's like we're Flood in Mario. But yeah, we going to do this chug challenge. Why is this bottle... It's like not completely leveled, which is so weird. I don't know why. So strange. But yeah, we go ahead and chug, y'all. Nothing too much, nothing too crazy, but we'll get a good amount of water, man. So on the count of 3, everybody. 1, 2, 2.5. I'm not drinking this nasty Columbia water. That's why we get bottled water, brother. Yes, the water chug is mandatory every stream. You know it. Take it from Ryu Hayabusa. He knows. All right, so 1, 2, 2.5, 2 3/4. We're going to chug, y'all. Go. I took like 13 gulps. That's a good amount of water for now. That's decent enough. But all right, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Okay, so to answer Avanti's question, because he was asking what I thought about the FF7 Remake story and where I think it could go. Spoiler alert, if you have not played the Final Fantasy VII Remake, I am going to be delving into story territory. It's been about 7 months since the game came out. So, you know, I just have to warn people in advance. The water was too cold. I failed. That's why you have to chug room temperature water, my friend. Just sent you a vid, bro. Yes, he did. I appreciate that. I'm going to check it. But to answer your question, I really did like the 7 Remake story. I mean, it's still 7's story. So obviously, yeah. But what they do is there's like this divergence in the timeline that literally changes the entire game. Like it gets to a point where 7's story is now a blank canvas on where they could go. And like I'm of different thought processes. Like on the one hand, I'm actually so excited about this because it's opening up new possibilities for the future. Since I mean, I like the idea of them remaking 7's story. I like the idea of them expanding upon it. But the worst parts about Final Fantasy VII's story, ironically, was the bad part of them expanding upon it. Like the padding they put in there. Because 7 Remake story is just the first 5 hours of Final Fantasy VII. Yet they stretched it out to 35 hours. So there's a lot of padding in there. A lot of padding that makes it... Hentai Boy says, "Where you been, Neo? We fucking missed your lives, bro." Oh, I'm sorry, brother. I've been MIA doing other stuff like real world life things, and also some behind the scenes stuff, which I'll end off talking about it for the people here who might not know. There's a big surprise coming at the end of the month, but I'll talk more about it later. So the padding in FF7 Remake, in my opinion, was the absolute worst. Combat system amazing, music fantastic, the presentation awesome, but the padding was the worst. So if they were to continue the story the exact same way with that padding, bro, it's like what the heck's the even point of remaking it? So them doing something different, I'm not necessarily saying this is going to be better by comparison, but it makes it a lot more interesting. Like, where could this go? Are we going to start incorporating things from Crisis Core, Advent Children, Could things fundamentally be different? Could certain characters end up dying that were alive and vice versa? Like, maybe this could all be for nothing. I'm not sure. But I'm very much so excited. Cautiously optimistic, though. Cautiously optimistic. I have to stress that point. And then we have a $5 super chat coming in from Purified Storm. Thoughts on the big Sonic Adventure 3 rumor from their Twitter account? Will we get Banjo 3 this gen? Who's going to make it? Halo's coming in March or November. Well, that's a lot to unpack. So, as far as Sonic Adventure 3 is concerned, I'll believe it when I see it. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm not saying it won't. I just want a good Sonic game, whatever its disambiguation is. Whether it's Sonic Adventure 3 or Sonic Heroes 3. I just want a good Sonic game from Sonic Team, which seems to be too much to ask. Will we get Banjo 3 this generation? I don't know. Who's going to make it? I don't know. It could end up being a surprise. When do you think Halo will release? March or at the end of the year? I don't think they really need to delay Halo Infinite a whole year. If they had to, there's definitely a problem. But realistically, I could see them launching it sometime in spring. I think that'd be pretty cool if they go for like April or something. But if they really want to make it a marquee title, I wouldn't be surprised if they push it a whole year. We'll see, though. We'll see. Okay. Let's see. Are you getting Destiny Beyond Light? Well, I started playing Destiny again, believe it or not, you guys, because they put all the expansions on Game Pass, and I believe the newest one is coming to Game Pass as well. So once I get through all the old stuff, I will. What's your opinion on how Sega handled Sonic? I'm actually not the biggest fan of how Sonic Team has been developing the games, because Sonic as a franchise has not had a good game from Sonic Team since Generations. Every now and then, like, there's aspects I like about Sonic Lost World, but overall it's not that great of a game. Sonic Forces, no. Sonic Boom, no. Sonic Mania is great, but that's not from Sonic Team, and it's also not of the same scale of the other Sonic games, you know? So I don't really think they've really handled it well in terms of development. I think that if anything, they should probably outsource it to more competent teams if Sonic Team can't get something done. Because I think Sonic Team is kind of, their thought process is, well, instead of us working to fix what we have right now and make a better sequel, we'll just do something completely different because this is what the fans want, which Sonic fans don't know what they want. First they want him 2D, then they want him 3D, then they want him 2.5D, then they want him 3D hybrid, kickback, Hadouken, whatever. Fosting says Sonic Team really needs to reevaluate him because his mechanics don't translate well from 2D to 3D. Yeah, that's one of the aspects. Who are your favorite music creators? Mine is Melanie Martinez and Daft Punk. I have a lot of favorite artists, a lot, Angel. So I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm gonna go through my list of people I listen to, like just on a random day. So I listen to a lot of K-pop. So Ailey is one of my favorites. I love her. I love her music. Let's see who we got in here. Big on the Hamilton cast recording. I love Hamilton so much. Let's see. I have a lot of anime music. So a lot of JoJo. I have a lot of Dragon Ball. A lot of Full Metal. Like, I'm really big into anime intros and outros. That stuff is great. Let's see what we got in here. Who have I been listening to? Vince Staples. I've been listening to a lot of him recently. Chance the Rapper is always in rotation because I love all his work outside of his new album. That shit was NyQuil. Let's see what else. A lot of K-pop, man. I have BTS, 17, TVXQ. Let's see. And then just in general music, I have Gorillaz. I have Red, Toby Mac, NF. Let's see. A lot of movie scores from like Michael Giacchino, Hans Zimmer. Let's see. Of course, the Beatles, David Bowie. You know. Let's see. I'm just like, these are stuff that I've just listened to like recently. Bruno Mars. Of course, you got to have Biggie on here. You know, that's a given. Skillet. 1,000 Foot Crutch. Let's see. Of course, old school Kanye. Nas. Let's see. Breaking Benjamin. Oh, man. That's a throwback right there. Let's see. Lecrae, Andy Mineo. I just have a whole section that's just dubbed Persona music. Let's see. Every single one of the Devil May 5 songs. We've got those on here. Let's see. What else? Trip Lee. Metallica. I'm literally just going back like when I last played these songs. It's like earlier in the year. Dragon Force, Avenged Sevenfold. Let's see. Ailstorm, which is so funny because I listened to that in passing. And it's, I don't know if this is their whole shtick, but it's like pirate music and it's really freaking dope pirate music. And I was like really jamming along to it. It was so weird. I literally do listen to any and everything. I'm just that, like, my shuffle list is so freaking weird because it can go from Kendrick Lamar to Ariana Grande. And why did my thing turn on? It heard me say Kendrick Lamar. It said go to Kendrick Lamar now. It can go from Kendrick Lamar to Ariana Grande to the opening theme of Neon Genesis Evangelion to freaking y'all know where that's from. It's just, bro, all over the place, man. That's what I love about music. So if you send me music and I like it, I'm like, hell yeah. Oh, we got some 1,000 Foot Crutch fans here? Hey, there we go. What's my favorite Hamilton song? It's a 3-way tie between Alexander Hamilton, My Shot, and The Room Where It Happens. Those 3 songs. But I love all the music in Hamilton. So I really love Guns and Ships because it's a really fast rap piece, and then Daveed Diggs is up there just speaking so many words in just like 3 seconds. That's great. I love what's the name of the song? Guns and Horses. No, not Guns and Horses. Freaking the song where George Washington comes up. I forget the name of it for whatever reason. I want to say it's Right Hand Man. There we go. I love that. Here comes the general. I love Hamilton, man. Alexander Hamilton. Have you listened to NF's new song? I have not. I have not listened to it yet. Yes, I love. Oh, even more so about Hamilton. What I love is just listening to the Disney, the Disney Plus version, the movie, because, and this is why I love Broadway, because no 2 performances are exactly the same. So if you listen to the Broadway cast recordings, then you see them perform it, it's just totally different, and you get a different level of like intensity. It's so cool, and you can definitely see it when you listen to My Shot. When you know it's leading up to the big, and I am not throwing away my shot, like the final one. And it's just like, Lin doing his monologue, talking about things, where it's just like, how did it go? Like my past patiently waiting, like that whole shtick. When you listen to the Broadway cast recording, it's just so like this, But then when you listen to it on Disney Plus, it's just like boom, 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 boom. Like, yo, like you feel that shit. It's in your bones, man. That's why I love it. That's why I really wish I got a chance to see Hamilton when it was on stage. But, the tickets are so bloody expensive. I've been watching way too much British sitcoms. My God. It's just the tickets were so expensive. Like, decent seats were well over $200. And I wasn't trying to pay that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? For decent seats that are up in the mezzanine, man. Mezzanine. $200+. Can you make it so your Discord doesn't only have verified accounts? My Gmail's kind of screwed and glitched for some reason. I can't explain it. I can see what I can do. Gabe is the server moderator, and he created all the rules for a specific reason. But there's always like that one situation where something doesn't pan out. So we'll see if we can do something. Yeah, but the thing that sucks is that Broadway shows here aren't going to be playing until, what did they say? I think May 2021 at the earliest, something like that. Because before it was going to be January, but then obviously they pushed it to May. Let me see. I want to say they pushed it to May. Because I just posted it on my story crying. Yeah, May 30th. All right. Hey, we got Dimwit Monkey coming through with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, brother. Just got home, so taking this dab for y'all. Also, how do you feel about the new combat system in Yakuza 7? Are you hyped for it to come out here? Well, thank you for the support, brother. You know, take that dab, man. Take a big hit for all of us. I'm about to do the same later tonight, y'all. I'm gonna go get myself an edible and just pass out, man. Which is so weird, because like for the past month, I've been like really like every single night I've been ingesting or just like doing some type of form of marijuana, right, for like the past month, and it's just been so therapeutic in just a way that I never imagined. It's so strange, so weird, but it's awesome at the same time. And as far as the combat system in Yakuza 7, is definitely different, but I welcome different changes, because the Yakuza series, man, they've pumped out so many games to the point where it's like, yo, let's do something different for the sake of, and I welcome that. I hope it's good. I've heard really good things about it. It's just I've heard more negative because a lot of people are mad that it's not a traditional Yakuza game, which I can understand. But still, if you accept it for what it is and it's great, I think we're onto something. Me, myself, and I just want them to do more with Judgment, because I think Judgment really perfected the formula. Like, the combat system in Judgment blows the living crap out of Yakuza. Like, no questions asked, man. No ifs, ands, or buts. But they haven't said anything about them doing a sequel. They said it did really well, so we'll see. Oh, take it easy, Maddie. You have a good one, brother, man. Godspeed to you on this semester, brother. This is a Christian channel. You're right. Asbel's right. You see, this is why Asbel's my handler, because Asbel is the brakes. Whenever I'm trying to say something, he's just like, nope. Cut to another scene. Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's Yakuza mixed with Dragon Quest / Persona. That's the best way to describe it. Marijuana is super Christian. Well, it is a plant. And if God created, if God created it, then why wouldn't we enjoy it? Neo, I'm more of a multi-platform gamer, and I don't play exclusives. I want to try, but I can't sit down and play this type of games and feel entertained. What do I do? Well, you just got to find the game that works for you. It seems like you're more into the multiplayer-focused side of things. Like you said, Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex. So those exclusives, they're single-player titles. So they have like narratives for the most part. So maybe it's just having to be in the right mindset to play those games, because I can't come home from work and play a game like Last of Us. I know some people can, but for me, I have to mentally prepare myself to play some of these games because I want to get invested into them. And I just dropped it. But I'm just playing around with my chapstick because I have it up here, and I just like the fact that it's just like one of those weird things. Like, you have those stress balls. This is like my form of that, even though I'm not stressed. Let's see. Oh, we have a $2 super chat from the homie Grant. Answer my 2 long Facebook messages, please. I didn't even know you sent them, bro. I didn't even get a notification. You did? Hold on. Okay, here they are. I didn't get a notification. For the first time, Facebook Messenger did not give me a notification, because it gives you notifications for everything. You need to watch the 2 new big animes, Jujutsu Kaisen and Dragon Quest Dai. They're amazing. Are you going to watch the Inuyasha sequel series Yashahime, Burn the Witch, Bleach's Return? And his second question is, this Friday to December 31st, the albums that will be released from the best lyricists in the rap game. Boogie, Conway, Benny, Buddy, JID, Reason, TDA, Corday, Kendrick, J. Cole, Meek Mill, Drake, Lil Wayne. They're all dropping something before the end of the year? Holy shit. Holy shit, I didn't know that. But then again, I don't be following it. I just wait for them to stealth drop it. It's like, oh my god, new music. But yeah, as far as the new anime are concerned, Yashahime, I'm actually going to be starting soon. I've been rewatching anime just to get myself into that mood. But it is something I want to see because, Inuyasha was a part of my childhood. And just to see them do a sequel series it's so weird because it's not like Boruto, which came literally right after Naruto. It's not like that. So it's been some time since Inuyasha ended. So that'll be interesting. But I will watch Burn the Witch as well. So is that like, is Burn the Witch like, is that a new series? Or is that just like a one-off that they animated? Hey, Neo, what is Hamilton about? I've heard about it, but I don't know anything about it. So Hamilton, the Broadway musical, is basically it's a show about the life of Alexander Hamilton, who's the father of our banking system. So it sounds so weird. Like Daveed Diggs said it best. The pitch is not great because it's about, you're talking about founding fathers in the history of America told through song and contemporary song at that. So a lot of rap pieces and R&B and anything you could think of. But it's just like one of those things you experience, and it's just so fucking amazing. It's so freaking dope. I love Hamilton, man. So wait, what's going on with the chat? I don't know what's happening with the YouTube chat. Some people are saying it's stuck. Hold on. Let me refresh it. Hold on, guys. I'm going to refresh it real quick. Give it 1 second. Hold on. Why is this not? It always does this. All right. So now it's popping up, and now there's just this white background here. Oh, God. All right, so give it a second. I think it should pop up. Okay. That was really weird. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's see. We will answer a few more questions before we pack it in for the night, because I do have to. Got some games to play. Got to catch up on. Did you hear about the original creators of Avatar jumping off the live action version that Netflix is making? Yes, I did, in fact. And it kind of scares me, I guess, since the original creators aren't on board with it. But at the same time, if the show itself ends up being really good, maybe it was the creators and not Netflix. So I don't know. The thing about Hollywood, or as I call it, Hollyweird, is there's always like two sides to every single story there. So when they talk about creative differences, we know that's code for we couldn't get along and it was getting really bad. But at the same time, I don't know. We'll see. Like, there are people saying that Netflix wanted to sex it up and make it like gritty and bloody and all that stuff. Maybe that's true. I don't know. But we'll just see what happens when the show comes out, because they're still going forward with it, as far as I understand. What are your thoughts on Beyond Good and Evil, and are you hyped for the eventual release of the Development Hell sequel? I liked the first Beyond Good and Evil. I thought it was a nice little cult classic. And I've been waiting for the sequel, but it's just nowhere to be found. Like, seriously, like, when was the last time they showed off gameplay? 2 years ago? 2.5 years ago, almost? And we haven't heard anything since. And now the director of the game, Michel Ancel, has left gaming, I think. So what's going to happen to that game? He says it's in good hands, whatever that means. We'll see. But yeah, how far into development is this game? And here's the thing that worries me. Like, I'm excited for it, but if this is going to be another Ubisoft, whatever you want to call them, game where it's you got to scale a radio tower and sync up, and it's an open world game, big for the sake of being big, like, I don't think I'm going to play it. I can't, man, because unless something is transformative and it reinvents the genre, not everything needs to be an open world game. Like, if something is a linear experience or quasi-linear like God of War, then cool. But don't just make something an open world just because we can. And it's been almost 20 years since the first game. So what do we do? Make an open world. Ah, boy. Have you ever played the Batman Arkham games? Yes, I have. Honestly, I think the Spider-Man game is a much better Batman Arkham game by comparison. Because the thing about the Batman Arkham games is that I think they just did way too much too soon. So you had Asylum, then City, then Origins, then Night. And fundamentally, they're all the same game at the end of the day. They have their differences, of course. But it was just all the same formula. All the same formula. Time in, time out. They didn't mix things up enough. And even when they tried to, they did some shit like the Batmobile, which just... Oh, God, that Batmobile. I still get war flashbacks. Yeah, the first Beyond Good and Evil came out, like, I believe in, like, the early 2000s? Something like that? Early 2000s, mid 2000s? How do you feel about a 358 by 2 days remake? I would like it, if only for the fact that they'd expand upon the story, which is something they didn't do in the cutscene theater. It's all disjointed. But mainly, I would love for them to remake it just to give us a multiplayer component, because that multiplayer, I don't know if y'all ever played the 358 multiplayer, but it was kind of fun. Like, Kingdom Hearts is a series that is made for multiplayer, and they just don't want to do it. They try to do it. They did the Mirage Arena on Birth by Sleep. That was great. And they just don't want to do it for the main console games, which kills me, man. Because it would be so dope. Have a multiplayer Kingdom Hearts game? Like, yo, bro. Neo, you could sign up for Xbox Fan Fest right now. I can? I didn't even know that. So that's going to be a virtual thing, though. That's going to be a virtual thing, though. Damn. Do you get anything out of this? I gotta see. Because I remember, like, for a previous Xbox Fan Fest, they gave you some stuff when you registered. First game you're playing next gen? Well, since I'm going to be getting my Xbox before the PlayStation, I guess the first game I'm going to be playing is going to be, shit. Bro, I don't even know. Because I don't want to get any... Wait, Cyberpunk... No, I'm getting Cyberpunk on PC. My first game I'm going to play on my Xbox Series X is going to be Red Dead Redemption. The first one. Because I'm playing through it right now on my One X again, and I love it, man. That game looks way too good to be true. That game, yes. The Medium doesn't come out until December. Yeah, it's always a good call playing the original Red Dead Redemption. Always a good call. Except for you have to buck a horse, because that almost made me eject the game. I'm not going to get Yakuza at launch. I'm not going to. I'm going to wait a little while. Because I'm going to be playing Cyberpunk. Wait, Cyberpunk? Someone says the 19th? Some people are saying it's the 10th. It's a launch game. Okay. Hey, Neo, have you heard of Joe Rogan before? Of course. I love Joe Rogan. I listen to his stand-up. I watch his show. Joe Rogan's great. I just love the diversity of guests he has on there. It's so dope. Here's the one thing I am going to miss about Joe Rogan, because he's going to be going over to Spotify. One thing I'm going to miss about Joe Rogan is his comment section, because, yo, I thought I had a wild comment section. This dude, Joe Rogan, yo, they be roasting the living shit out of him in those comment sections. Like, I remember there was an episode where he had on MKBHD, Marcus Brownlee. And they were talking during the chat, Joe Rogan was like, yeah, you know, I used to build computers like way back when in the early 90s. And he was talking about like stuff like that. And then later on in the episode, Joe asked MKBHD what RGB meant. And then in the comment section, yo, they roasted him. They were just like, Joe, I build PCs for fun. Rogan, ... What is RGB? Yo, I was crying, bro. Because they be cooking him. They cook his ass up. But it's such a good show. I love it. Like, I watch so many episodes of Joe Rogan because it's so bingeable. I listen to it when I'm driving. I listen to it when I'm playing a game. And it's just like random guests. Like, I really, really want him to get Dave Chappelle on there. I think that'd be really dope. But, you know, I've seen him do episodes with Macaulay Culkin. He did an episode with Ronnie Coleman. Kevin Hart's been on there. He has a lot of people on there. You know, if we're talking politics, both left and right and everything in between, he's dope, man. He's dope. I love Joe Rogan. Yeah, Fear Factor. Of course. You can't forget Fear Factor. That would be dope if he got Obama. He got Robert Downey Jr. on his show. Like, holy shit. This camera is so crispy. I appreciate that, player. I appreciate that, brother. I'm trying my best to upgrade the whole setup for y'all. Yeah. So a lot of people are going to be playing Cyberpunk on their console at launch. Yakuza. That's dope. One thing I will give Microsoft is how much they're pushing Yakuza, which is just amazing. Like, anyone who... Like, if Microsoft... I don't care if they push Yakuza. That's great. If they want to push Persona, that's great. Whatever they want to do. Man, that's just dope. But yeah, Bernie Sanders was on there too. Oh, yo, those Alex Jones episodes had me crying, bro. Any reason to play Yakuza? I would recommend Yakuza because it's probably unlike any game you've ever played before. I'll say that much. Trails of Cold Steel 4. Oh, there you go, Asbel. I'm still working my way through the first freaking Trails in the Sky. There we go. Neo got that 4K camera for his side job. I don't have no side job like that requires a camera. Would have never played Yakuza if not for Game Pass, and I'm so glad I did. Oh, that is awesome, Anthony. That is so fucking dope. Like, that is dope. That just, like I said, Game Pass is just that service. You look at something, oh, that's dope, and now I'm buying Yakuza 7. Look, we love to see it. We love to see it. That is awesome. I'm so excited. A lot of people here are going to be checking out Yakuza. But, yeah, you guys. Oh, apparently PlayStation 5 is doing, like, an ad with Burger King. I don't know if it's a giveaway or some shit like that, but there's something going on with Burger King. Let me look that up. Hold up. Got y'all right now. PlayStation and Burger King. So is there going to be, like, some type of a giveaway promotion? Like, if you... I don't know. Something... Why are people saying PS5 UI reveal? Are they going to reveal it then? Oh, okay. So they're talking about on the 15th, there's going to be like maybe a UI reveal. So Microsoft has Taco Bell and PlayStation has Burger King. What does Nintendo have? Arby's? No, Arby's is kind of neutral in all this. They do whatever. Nintendo's has like they have a Cold Stone. They got Cold Stone for 1 week. Because, you know, Nintendo is always... do that weird scarcity shit. I haven't had Burger King in so many years, you guys. I stopped going to Taco Bell when they took the quesarito off the menu. You know, the crazy thing is somebody who follows me actually won an Xbox Series X from Taco Bell, which is incredible because I never hear about people winning those shits. I remember when they were doing the Taco Bell big box for the PS Vita a few years ago. I never knew anybody who won those things. And now I know a person who won that, which is crazy. I get Taco Bell at least twice a week. Oh, damn. You know what the thing is, Daniel? I might be like one of the few people who Taco Bell does nothing to them. I know people just say, yo, Taco Bell has me on the toilet, bro. To me, it does nothing. What do you think of Xbox versus PlayStation currently? I think both companies are in really good positions to launch consoles. And I'm excited for both because I love gaming. Code Geass is a whole Pizza Hut commercial. Yo, it actually is, though. But the pizza doesn't look that good when you actually get it. It looks so much better in the show. Nah, you know where the pizza... Yo, y'all remember a Goofy movie? Yo, pizza had no business looking as good there as it did. I've never seen a pizza look that great until I saw a Goofy movie. And I'm like, oh my God. I want that. Steel Stomach Gang, hey, you know the vibe. Hey, this one chick I'm talking to messaged me. She said, what are you up to? I said, I'm streaming. I'm about to take a photo. Boom. Yo, I'm saying, y'all. Yo, you know what I had today, y'all? I had a steak and cheese, man, from this one spot that my brother recommended. Whew, that shit was lit, bro. Yo, y'all ever have something and it's just so fire and you're like, I want to cry, man. This tastes amazing. It's so good. I saved half of it for later. So I'm gonna have that after this stream, man. Have that after this stream. But yo, y'all, I'm thinking it's about time we wrap things up for right now. We've been going for 2.5 hours and your boy's got to get back to doing some gaming. But yo, this stream, as always, is lit, y'all. Before you turn off the stream, I need to recap this for those who did not join earlier enough. Okay, so a lot of people were wondering why I was kind of MIA with some of the streams. Like I wasn't as consistent with it, and for that reason, obviously, you know, it was because what's it called? Damn, I was thinking of something else. I'm sorry. Just adjusting the work, YouTube balance, and all that stuff, and a couple other things in my life kind of got in the way. But everything is good now. As you can see, I was being more consistent with the videos, pumping out like one a week. There's something else that I've been working on behind the scenes, which I am not at liberty to discuss right now because I cannot discuss it or else something bad would happen. But it is something that's happening. And you guys are going to be seeing it very, very soon. I can't promise an exact day, but it will be happening either the end of the month or at the beginning of November. Something's going down. And I think y'all are really, really, really going to love it. Y'all are really going to enjoy it. So we got one last super chat from Asbelant 499. I'm the weirdo who the zebra leg scar tossed the hyena trios looking appealing to as a kid. Hey, yo, that did actually look kind of good. I'm not going to lie, man. It looked really good. I give you a hint. I can't give you a hint because if I literally give you a hint, you guys, it would spoil the entire surprise. And who wants to do that? Like when you're a kid and you're waiting for Christmas, you know, you want to see what gifts you get, but you want to wait till Christmas because you want all of your dreams to come true. And I think that's a very powerful statement to be made. And that's all I can really say for y'all. So I'm going to wrap things up here. Links down below in the video description for my Patreon, YouTube membership, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. And you guys, thank you like so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to come kick it with me in this stream. It's always a pleasure to be in y'all's company and presence. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, subscribing, tweeting the videos out, the super chat donations, all that stuff, man. It means the world to me. And as always, I always say this, thank you so much for being you, because that's what we need more of in the world. We need more individuals like y'all, people who are themselves unabashedly. That's what the world needs more of. So keep being excellent to one another, keep being excellent individuals, and yeah, I'll see y'all on the next stream. So for me to you for now, my name is NGS signing out, and like always, I will catch you guys later. Take care, y'all.